we save fuel all day doing this, doing that. You know, we're in the trap, and then at the end we had those guys in front of us helping us, and he just beat everybody today. It's just great.
What does the Indy 500 mean to Chip Ganassi? That's 6 times now. You've been standing right here.
It's an incredible thing, Jamie. It's gonna make Alex make his life, and it certainly made mine.
East Coast, how's it going? Corey.
Thank you, Jamie.
How's everybody doing? Good, I hope.
I did way too much sugar in my gochujang pasta sauce. What do I do now?
What if we turn your gochujang pasta sauce into some tasty cookies? Wait.
Tell me how.
Add butter to the sauce. Mix it all together.
Good. Now what?
Bake it for 10 minutes.
Going in circles. Take note of recognizable landmarks like that. Go in circles. Different circle for us. Okay. And for the mountains.
My healthcare provider had agent force, a powerful AI from Salesforce, and AI agent would have automatically paired me with the right specialist hours ago. Like what is it? I like it here, dude. Wow, good for you. But don't need the insurance. Because you're a man. Free from me that. That agent work will tell healthcare providers. That against that. Good God, that makes me. See me home.
Knock, knock. The mountain's calling.
Yeah, the sun finally came out here. It's about time, right? I haven't got anybody on the panel with me, so I can't go catch the Federal D, which is upbound just south of Port Huron. It's doing about 9 knots, so it shouldn't be too long before it hits the Black River and comes up through the normal. But it is what it is. Maybe somebody will join me and I can entice them to keep an eye on it for a half hour or so. So how's everybody doing? Corey, what's up? East Coast, anything new with you at all? I hope not bad. I hope good. This is the eve of Memorial Day 2025 here in the US. Hey Giggles, how you doing? What are you up to? Are you at home, Giggles? DJ, are you at home? Are you going to come on or no? You leave me sit here by myself. Yeah, East Coast, I did come on a little bit early because I wasn't sure I could get on live stream. And so I had to do some finagling. Okay, Giggles is going to the pool. Okay. Here comes Justin. Time.
Wonder if does
What's
my
that?
mic sound okay?
What's that? Yeah,
Does my mic sound
yeah, you sound fine.
okay?
Hey, if you don't mind running the show here while I go catch a ship, but I don't have to leave this minute, but close.
Okay. So
You
you
want
gotta go.
I made you a co-host. You want me to make you a host?
No, you don't need to.
Okay. Yeah, co-host pretty much does it all, doesn't it?
Yeah. What's up, Brandy, TJ, Dusty? What's up, Corey?
TJ said he's taking the kids to the pool. I don't know what that entails. I don't know what kids he would be taking to the pool, but
He's talking about he's going to take a ship.
oh, it's Giggles humor, huh?
Yeah, it's like saying taking the Browns to the Super Bowl. It's just a different way of saying.
Okay. Mad Props, how you doing? Randy's here.
I don't even know if TJ has any decent or nasty. You don't ever talk about him if he does.
Well, I didn't know if maybe he was getting friendly with the neighborhood kids or something or what, but I didn't know.
I think he's got brothers. I think he's got a sister.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, I don't know if he has any nieces and nephews, but yeah, he was definitely talking about little taking a dump.
Okay, if anybody'd like to join the chat, please do so, because I'm going to go catch a ship here shortly. Okay, I got to go now. The ship's at the Black River.
Right.
You got it, buddy?
Yep.
Thank you. Pleasure.
Birdman, David. David, keep it going, buddy.
No, that's Justin's job.
I'm disabled in the waiting room. Just right now. I have to use my headset because
Hey, Randy.
I'm using my earbuds at the moment, so that's why I was asking. My mic sounded okay.
Yo, Paul, wild, man. Paul is wild.
Yeah, it sounded a bit muffly, bassy, Justin, but that's about it. It's fine. It's understandable.
Yeah, my other headset's being stupid. That's why I was asking. Let me try to hook it back up.
Oh, wow, man. Paul is wild. Yeah, it sounded a bit muffly, bassy. That's about it. It's fine. It's understandable.
What's up?
Hold on a sec.
Good.
Let me try to hook it back up. Let me turn this headset off.
Tell TJ he better watch who he tells whose kids he's taking to the pool.
Yeah, TJ.
That could be racist or pedophilic.
That's funny.
What you up to, Jeff?
I just got.
Come back from flying.
Okay, TJ, relax yourself. That's a joke.
My fault.
I can't hear you. Hold on. I got
My
both.
fault.
I got all the screens working. Hold on.
Why are you saying your fault?
Because I had
Oh, me?
YouTube on, it was echoing.
I had it on in the back myself. I was trying to get mine on.
Just
Do
You
it,
think-
Joe.
drinking some coffee, Randy?
Can we just suspend these two? You know, give them a 5-minute suspension.
Well, don't worry about it. As soon as Paul comes back, I'm getting on.
Well, go on then, pick off.
Oh, like Gatorade or something?
And then he goes fly again. I'll come back on.
Fanta Orange.
Oh,
That's all I drink. Fanta Orange and Ocean Spray juice.
oh, there you go.
Do you like cranberry juice, Randy?
Not plain cranberry juice, but like the cranberry
Like
grape,
grape?
cran grape.
I like the cranberry pomegranate.
That's good. I got cranberry fruit punch.
I don't know. I guess I'm weird like that. I like regular cranberry juice.
Only in the mornings though. I can't do it during the day.
Or cranberry juice, you can't do it there today?
No.
Why?
I don't know. It just doesn't taste as good.
Guys, I've been a naughty boy today. A
What did
very
you do,
naughty
Dave?
boy. So we went to get tickets for for Wembley next week. Yeah, for the big final for our local side. Yeah. We knew that the tickets were limited because they went on sale to season ticket holders yesterday. But what they forgot to tell us was there was only 3 tickets left. Right? But there was like 900 people in the queue. And when they went back on sale at midday, my friend just accidentally clicked the link on the website and clicked 3 tickets and bought the last 3 tickets. So we're like near the back of this queue, yeah, with all these people waiting. And we was like, got our tickets, and walked away. And the guy just come out the door and he went, sorry, sold out.
Oh shit!
Bro, are you
that's
trying to
tough.
get jumped in the parking lot or what?
We didn't know they were the last 3 tickets. We just got lucky that the website let us in.
All of a sudden you see a big ass crowd. Get the fuckers! String 'em up.
The good news is because they're on your phone, they don't get sent to you till Thursday.
Yeah, you're lucky.
But yeah, I felt so bad because it was like we're right at the back. It was everyone was like, "Oh, I don't think we're gonna get tickets." Get tickets, and then we just walked away like, "Cheers, guys, see you all later."
Yeah, I'm surprised
then
you
the
even
guy-
got tickets because championship games over here possible to get tickets for.
Yeah, but the funny thing was, as we're walking away, and the guy come out the door, he was like, "Sorry, sold out." We was like, "Fuck, run!"
Like if you look at like Super Bowl tickets, dude, that's why you'll see like A-list celebrities sitting in they'll be sitting in the shittiest seats because they can't even get tickets. Like it's hard to get tickets for a lot of championship.
Oh,
games.
it's not that bad over here. Because they go to the teams that you're supposed to get. That's supposed to be playing.
Yeah, you'll see like fucking, A-list
What's up, Jim?
celebrities just sitting
Big
up
brother
in the
Jim?
crowds with everybody else. Plus, you get like a lot of other people buying up like radio stations, but they just signed that law into place.
Hey, Jim, I'm good.
What was it? About a month and a half ago. Kid Rock was a big advocate for it, so scalpers can't buy up tickets in bulk, and they can't switch the prices on them. Like they have to maintain a level pricing across the board.
To be honest, it shouldn't be that, if you want a ticket, right, you should be able to get one for you and one for your friend. That's it. Yeah, this buying fucking 4 tickets or 8 tickets is just ridiculous. And Joe, Randy,
Yes.
Justin, TJ,
What?
turn your attention to the chat. You're being
What's up,
spoken to.
Hey, Jim. You just got here.
Is this you, Joe?
No, this me.
That's not
Oh,
me.
this is you?
15 minutes
Nice.
ago, right before I went to the grocery store.
Oh, nice.
It's AI generated. There's no rubbish on the streets.
I went to the grocery store too.
Oh, yeah, there is. I'll let you off.
Y'all got a Food Lion?
Yeah, we got a few of them.
That's
Oh,
a good
shit.
place. I remember those.
Why are
Yeah, I
all the
like-
pictures sideways? Were you doing FPV?
What's that?
Oh, okay. It's like on my screen. It's jumping like every other frame. So
It
it
is
looked
on
like
mine.
pictures.
Is it doing that to everybody else too?
Yeah,
Well, it looked
Yeah.
like pictures. I was like, why are all the pictures, dude? Your camera
But
horizon's
that's
fucked.
FPV though. So
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
can't
it's
have
not
that.
flying though, the Mavic 3.
and it was doing it on YouTube as well. So
Okay, yeah.
Is that because of my internet?
Damn.
No, Zoom just sharing sucks sometimes. It used to be a lot better, but for some reason, this past year, it's kind of gone downhill.
DJ, you ready?
David.
Watch this video. This is
Alright.
why birds are the best.
What's the story on there?
Watch.
Bird, that's a pterodactyl.
Wait, watch.
Oh, that was loud.
What's up, Brenda?
It's Mr. Story's head off.
Brenda, what's up?
Hello, Lara.
Hey, Brenda. Hey, Corey.
Laura, tell you I fell asleep on her live stream earlier.
Once or twice.
No, I went and laid it. I was
Story his head off.
Yeah, she had to mute your mic or something.
yeah, because I wasn't playing anything, and I went and laid down in the bed, and I was just listening to him talking. And the next thing I know, I woke up 3 hours later.
You had a 3-hour nap.
Yeah.
Dominic.
Dominic, what's that?
What's up? Well, excuse me.
No, I didn't watch it, Jim. Paul asked me this morning if I was watching. I said no. I don't watch indie. I know Dre does. If he comes in at all, you can talk to him about it. He loves indie.
Watch what?
Indy.
Indy 500.
It's a car racing game.
They go round and round and round
And
I think
round.
it.
And then just keep going around again.
I think
Yeah.
that's what Dre likes to watch is the Indy cars.
Here comes Cole's ship.
Yeah. We've got a company over here called WeBuyAnyCar.com.
You all right, Joe?
Yeah.
It's called what?
WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Oh yeah, we have that too. I always see like
Yeah.
the
Well,
commercial for it.
unfortunately, it's very misleading because one, they won't buy your neighbour's car off you,
Yeah.
right? Or anyone else's car. And two, if you take a kid's toy car in, they won't take that either.
Yeah.
It says
What
any
the heck
car.
do they buy? What do they buy then if they don't take your neighbor's car or like a
Oh,
little
what?
toy car?
What's wrong, Joe? Are you okay
You have
or
to
what?
sell your own car, TJ.
I'm just lightheaded. I've been light. They gotta adjust my medicine.
All right,
Oh, they
okay.
take they take your own
This is
Could it be
what
a blood
happens when you get angry with Paul.
Could it be
yeah,
your blood
right.
sugar, Joe?
Yeah, not blood sugar. It's bowel sorting.
Hi, Jim.
Be careful.
Should have seen it today when I was flying. It's
Didn't know he had wings.
just enough to make me lightheaded a little bit.
Jim, they're fucking with you.
Oh, well, before Paul comes back, we're past the £1,000 mark on my fundraiser.
Oh, there you
Yes.
go.
Halfway there.
We are fast heading down to pigtails.
Yeah, we're halfway there.
We're halfway there.
Whoa, we ain't
who
got a
sings-
prayer.
Who sings that song, Laura?
I don't know. It's just it just come to my head.
No, I did put on my.
Bon Jovi.
Well,
I did-
let's keep it that way then.
I did put on my OF page that I'd
Oh,
have
you
videos
don't.
of David and pigtails. They donated, so.
What's that?
I said
What was
I posted a link to my OF page. Said you were going to be eating pigtails and heels. And all of a sudden, the donations just started rolling in. I don't know what was going on.
I'm good.
Wait, so you're stealing my donations? That's fraud, isn't it?
Was your blood pressure fine or what?
Oh, yeah, 124/72.
Laura,
Not
put
too
me some
bad.
Last couple of
content
days, it's been running 98/62.
in, please.
Yeah, it's
So
a
I've been,
little rough.
it hit me again, like I went lightheaded again. I wanted to check it. I've been doing that every time and writing them
TJ.
down. Because the doctor says,
Fingers
Yeah,
on
he told
lips,
me last
not in
night.
lips.
take 2 of the medications, don't take them, see
what?
what happens.
Keep your
And it's going
fingers
back
out.
up.
Get your fingers out your mouth.
Yeah, because if you one way you'll know your blood pressure's going real low is that you'll start getting queasy. And
Yeah.
you'll
Do you
almost feel
know
like you're gonna
underneath
pass
your
out.
fingernails that you're putting in
You
your
see, I'm
mouth?
losing weight, so the medicine's too.
Yeah.
I got too
Never
much
really
medicine, so I
like
got to adjust.
They have more germs than your
Yeah,
toilet
'cause you-
seat.
Yeah, because
Yeah, I
of
never
the
really
weight.
looked under my fingernails, really.
Have you ate anything lately?
Oh yeah.
I had
Well-
I had some tuna and some yogurt and applesauce.
Not you, TJ.
You're all right.
Yeah, I don't care about you.
Tuna sounds good, TJ.
No, so I get it because Joe's on a weight loss medication. Now
Yeah.
his milligrams to his medicine to his weight to
Yeah, he cut a
Ratio
couple.
is
He cut
off.
one in half, and he said we're gonna probably cut the other one in
Yeah.
half.
yeah,
And I
'cause
told
your
him, I said, so we need a medicine adjustment. I texted him yesterday, and he says, hey, you know, all right. He said, what have you been? I said, I didn't take it. He said, don't take it and see what it does. So I didn't take those 2. So I'll text him and told him I didn't take them, and blood pressure's been back. He'll probably tell me either cut it in half or don't take it.
Are you feeling better than you were yesterday?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, good.
but it's just
That's good,
that split second when I stopped, I got lightheaded for a second, and I was out flying, and when I was moving outside, and it was hot too, and all of a sudden I felt lightheaded and had to sit. You know, it was like, but I didn't have a blood pressure thing to check out there. I wish I would have.
I'm trying to see Paul's drone, but I don't see it.
You're gonna have to get the full screen on yours.
That
to
was
see it.
pretty funny.
Yep. Oh,
That
I
was
see it.
pretty funny.
I see it. Right there to the right of the pole.
Oh, you see Paul's drone flying?
No, that's not it.
That's a bird.
Yeah,
That's something.
that always happens.
I got it on full screen.
Yeah, that's what I
What's
was
up,
doing
Mark?
the other day.
Mark, what up?
What's up?
Oh, man.
All I can tell you, the boats were out on the river today.
I'm out ringing a bell.
I'm just getting to the bottom of this candle finally.
Well, you've been burning a candle for like a really long time, and you're just now like getting to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
You
No,
burn
he's not
candles.
burning it, TJ. He's eating it.
He's eating it.
Yeah, I bought this candle last week and it's actually lasted quite a while.
Where'd you get the
So-
candle from? Yankee Candle or something? Someplace?
Nah. Although I like Yankee candles and fucking things are expensive.
We use
Yeah.
the warmers. You get the little
Yeah,
wax
the
cubes.
little
Yeah.
where you put the bulb underneath it or whatever. or you
Oh,
put
when it
another
comes to the
candle.
wax cubes, you
Alright.
gotta buy the high end
Yeah,
ones because
those
Yeah,
things-
it
those
makes the
things
house
are
smell
okay,
so
but
good.
the smell doesn't last very long in those things.
if you get
What?
the Yankee ones, they do.
Yeah, that's what I get. The Yankee.
If you buy the cheap ones from Walmart, like the Better Homes ones,
Like
those don't last very
we
long.
got like a bunch of those like little square, the little wax squares or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then
Go
we
to
put it in-
Walmart and buy the Yankee ones. They're a little bit more expensive, but they last like 5 times longer. So they're worth the money.
Yeah, I think we have some Yankee candles since. I think.
Yeah, they're usually because like at Walmart you can get the Better Home ones. They're like $1.25. You get 6
Yeah.
of them. But the Yankee ones, I think you get like 8, and they're like $3 and some change. But they're way better. They last a lot longer. And you only have to use like one. You don't have to use half a pack like you do at the Walmart ones.
Back in 5.
I heard that you could. Well, you can reuse them too, can't you? You just put them in the freezer and like it freezes, and then you can just like reuse
No,
it.
I mean, I guess if you had the scent to put back in the wax, yeah. But you'd have to
Oh.
have some. But the scent is what loses its smell, like that, or that's what gets used up in them. But yeah, I mean, you could reuse the wax, but
No,
you
that's
need
how you get rid of them, TJ. You put it in the freezer, let it harden up, and then you just knock it in the trash.
Oh yeah. But I thought you could reuse it too when it freezes or whatever, but it probably would lose its smell or something.
Well, you can reuse it, but once you take it off of the warmer, I wouldn't like try to put it in a baggie and reuse it.
I mean, you
Yeah.
can reuse wax all you want. It's the scent that you have to re-add to it if you're gonna do that.
Yeah, I'll use them like 5 or 6 times before I change it out.
Well, you can like melt it and then put like a nut, like, and then mix it with like another scent. Just drop like some, drop like another, like with those, what the heck? The air purifiers or whatever, the liquid scents or whatever. Just drop a couple drops of that in the wax and then melt it like that, and then
I have
create
no
another
idea what you're talking about.
No, it's like it's the scents that you use for the air purifiers.
Yeah, but are those meant to be? Well, I guess if the air purifier, it'd heat it up. You know, watch what you're sticking in your candles there, TJ.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, it should catch on fire or something.
No, candles are fucking expensive though, man. I'll tell you that. Even the cheap ones, like the cheaper brands. It's a good
Yeah.
racket if you know how to make them and get into it.
Yeah.
I've known quite a few people that ran their own little candle businesses out of their house and made some decent money. Put essential oils in the air filter and the AC.
Yeah, they show like the little jar, the little
What's up, Brenda?
things, like, of essential oils and stuff, and you can just drop a couple drops of that in the wax or whatever.
Gosh, fucking like 2 weeks, Dusty's gonna be on here. I'd call the AC guy, ruin my AC with essential oils. Cost me 10 grand. Oh, another thing you can do too, Dusty, that's not like liquid at all, is just take some dryer sheets. You put a couple dryer sheets on the filter, and your whole house will smell like dryer sheets. Especially if you want to get like a quick smell in your house because you got people coming over and you want the house to smell real nice. Just pop your filter cover off, lay out a couple of the dryer sheets
over the air conditioning vents or whatever.
over the filter,
Oh,
and then it will suck that. It will hold the dryer sheets in place from the airflow, and it will filter through the whole house and give the house a nice like fresh laundry smell. I've done that a couple of times. I like incense. Nachapa.
yeah,
That's my favorite.
incense is pretty good. I like that.
Incense is too strong for me.
Oh yeah, one incense can do half a house easy. You don't want to do too many of those. I like Nachapa, and you got to find a light, mellow smell too. You know, you do too strong of a smell, yeah, it's like way too much.
You mean like
They have the incense stores where you can like go and buy some incense and stuff
Oh
like
God,
that.
those fucking stores will give you a headache walking through there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all, I don't know how people sit and work in those stores all day. Even candle stores, like you'll go into the Yankees candle store at the mall, and like it smells nice and everything. I just don't know if I could sit in there and smell that shit all day long, dude.
I'd imagine you probably get used to it.
Yeah, you would, but there are people that are very sensitive to smells, though.
Hey, Randy, I worked in Jamboree, and had to listen to they're going to the zoo today, and I didn't get used to that.
Yeah,
Do
Well, you
you
gotta
hate
listen.
it?
I don't blame you on that one.
Oh yeah, if you work in retail, you gotta listen to fucking Christmas music for like
The
3
only
months
reason
straight.
I
My
didn't quit
God.
is
Oh my
they paid me
God.
good, and I was the only guy in the place.
They
And
do
all the
that
moms
every
were
single
surprised
year.
I
They
knew how to do the different outfits. So all the moms would come talk to me.
Oh
That's the
shit.
only reason I stayed there.
Yeah, Jim says he does that with the dryer sheets too. Yeah.
Mm.
You know one of the best smelling cleaners? Fabulosa. It's one of the cheapest
Oh
cleaners,
yeah,
but oh my God.
Fabuloso, yeah.
Yeah, that shit smells so good though. You just get the original scent.
You all right, Tina? All right? Over there snoring.
Did you get more lemon pledge?
I got any more lemon pledge? That's funny.
Consuela from
Damn.
Family Guy.
Graduated.
Yeah.
I need more lemon pledge.
I need more lemon pledge. That's funny. Lemon pledge.
No, it's not.
Hmm. Oh yeah, Dusty. It all depends on how big your house is and shit too.
Hmm.
Or how many tons you need. Or if you just want overkill on your AC.
Look at that. Look at that. See if that was mine.
Is it still glitching?
A little bit. Where was that at?
This was at the park about 2 hours ago. He took off on me and I couldn't keep up. He waved. Bye bye. It's just a guy and his daughter.
What were you flying?
Air
Air
3.
3S.
Oh yeah, you're not gonna keep up with
Air
them
3?
boats and they go full
Yeah, Air
blast.
3.
You
Yeah,
did
on
for a
those
second.
when those
Yes, he
boats
just
gun
waved,
it,
but you couldn't see it.
yeah, on those boats gun it, you ain't gonna catch up with them.
And that's a nice boat though.
I had the Mavic 3 wide open the other day, trying to chase one down and couldn't.
Oh yeah, those things can easily get up to 60, 80 mile an hour across the water. You ain't gonna catch with them unless you're in an
No,
FPV.
yeah, I was chasing one with the Avata too, doing 60, and this thing was, I mean, steadily leaving me.
Yeah, you got to be with a real FPV and keep up with them boats when they go full blast.
Yeah, they're running like 80, 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And I've been 70, 80 mile an hour on a boat on the water, and it feels like you're doing like 130.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if you hit some wakes. Oh my God, dude, the boat will slam down.
Yeah.
That's one of the worst things too, just when somebody's out there and they've never really drove a boat before and they don't understand wakes and all that, and you got to be careful when other boats are going in front of you. Yeah.
Yeah, they had a boat that came through and it got about 3 other boats pissed off because they've got a no wake zone in this one area. So they were taking their time and the other guy in the middle just took off and all the other ones were rocking. They were having a fit yelling at him.
Oh yeah, dude, people take that shit serious out on the water.
Mm.
You don't follow all the little water rules that they have in the different areas. Because the buoys will tell you everything. Whether
Yep.
you're in an area like a no wake area, if you got to
Yeah, they've
watch
got
out for swimmers.
Yeah, there's different places on the Chifunta like that.
I felt like I was in a no wake area this morning. I did not want to wake up.
Slept in.
Yeah, because a lot of times well, in my experience being out on the water, a lot of times it's that jackass that rented a boat that's never really drove one before.
Yeah.
And is out there for the first time and he's like, oh, funny. I mean, just fucking speed by this boat at 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's real bad in Florida.
Hmm.
I watch like wavy boats and a bunch of different live streams.
Oh, it's just this. It was the same way when I was growing up and going to Havasu as a kid, like Havasu in Arizona.
Yeah.
Uh, that place was crazy. My dad saved a girl from getting sucked under a houseboat. She was out swimming and the houseboat came by her, didn't see her, and she started getting sucked up underneath it. And my dad swam out there and was able to get her without him getting sucked under there, and was able to pull her back. But we were screaming at the houseboat and they just weren't paying attention. They couldn't hear anything. We were all screaming on the shore. My dad ran out there and grabbed the girl and was able to pull her back just in time. She was about to go underneath the back of the boat.
I was trying to find sailboats on Lake Pontchartrain over in the Mandeville Harbor area. That's where they all go. One way out there, about a mile out. And I wasn't about to try to go on Lakeshore Drive because they're doing a Memorial Day thing. And you ought to see the traffic. I wasn't getting nowhere near it. I went the back road. Got out.
Shit show, man.
Wasn't ready for that.
Oh yeah, public boat ramps. Oh my god, dude, they're a pain in the ass sometimes.
Did you just
What?
say shit show?
Yeah,
That's
that's
that's a live stream I watch in Florida.
Yeah.
A boating show called CHIT. Shit show.
The shit show.
Yeah, the shit show.
Public boat ramps are shit shows anyway.
The guy, he was watching a guy who it was like a Chevy 3500 High Country Duramax diesel, and guy parked his boat. He didn't have his wheels in the water. It's just the ramps were real wet because there's a lot of traffic on them. And he parked it. The dog was still in the truck. His family got out, was in the boat, and all of a sudden the truck just started sliding back. Beautiful truck, man. I bet it was a $80,000-$90,000 truck.
Wow.
Slid right in the water. They had to call a diver come in to hook it up.
That's
Probably
one way
more
to
than
get
that.
rid of the note.
Yeah.
One of those trucks probably tops over 100 grand now.
Oh yeah. It was a nice truck.
Hey, Dominic, Randy,
Hi, Paul.
Joe,
Hey, Paul.
TJ.
Yeah, that's you got to be careful.
And of course, David is here.
You got those people with the big ass boat on a trailer, and they're pulling it with like a little tiny like Explorer or
Volkswagen.
something.
Beetle.
No, they'll have on the back of like a little Explorer, and they'll pull back down on the boat ramp, just right down in the fucking water.
See what people don't understand, just because your car has a lot of power, it's all about the weight of the vehicle compared to the weight of the vehicle you're towing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, I think I got everybody all made up into being co-hosts.
Mm-hmm.
Why? What do you want to do that for? Shut up, TJ.
I mean, there's people just don't. They will literally just won't put the car in park. They'll leave it in fucking reverse and go to get out of the car, and there goes the fucking car.
Oh yeah, I just watched a video the other day. There was 2 trucks parked in a driveway. The truck in the back, the guy got out, and his truck started rolling down the driveway. Well, the guy that was in front of him, the guy in the back got out, his truck started rolling, and the door hit him and knocked him on the ground. While the guy that was in front jumped out of his truck and went running down the driveway to catch the other guy's truck. Well, his truck started coming backwards and ran over the guy that just lost his truck.
The guy that was on the ground?
Yeah.
That's pretty
Now,
crazy.
I will give an excuse for the guy in the front in the second truck that jumped out to help his buddy because
he probably
he was in a
jumped out quick.
panic mode.
Yeah.
He was in a panic mode. He saw his buddy get hit. He jumped out to go try to grab his truck. I could give him a pass saying, okay, he forgot to put it in park because He was more focused on his buddy. But the guy behind him, I mean, that was just a common. He didn't put him fucking parking guy out of the car.
I mean, and
No,
it ran
idiot.
over him good. It ran over him good.
And like I said, I can give the second guy a pass though, because he was just focused on helping his buddy out.
Good evening, Jim.
Because that's the thing is, if you're not in, like, say you're not a firefighter or a police officer, somebody that deals with high stress situations on a daily basis, and it only happens to you once every 10 years, you might be in a situation like that. You tend to not react correctly, which is just human nature, you know. You're not prepared for things like that.
Well, it's not everyday occurrence. That's the thing.
Right. Where like an officer or a paramedic, they kind of see that stuff on a daily basis. They're a little bit more mentally equipped to respond in a stressful situation like that.
A little more mentally stable, I call it.
Fair.
It's like people always say, "Oh, you know, if I was in that situation, I'd have beat the dude's ass." You don't know that until you're actually in that situation. You know, you can
I
speculate
was in
all
that
day
situation.
long.
I shot him.
I'm just saying, like,
Just
you can
shoot 'em.
say
Shoot him.
people can say that all day, but until you're actually in a situation like that, you don't know what your reaction is going to be. You know.
What did Bruce Willis used to tell the boyfriends? Don't make me beat you to death. I love that.
Dusty, see it all the time here. A little Toyota minivan and a yacht on the back. It'd be a big fucking monster ass boat being pulled by a little hoopty ass piece of shit. Myself 2 years ago. Oh yeah, you see that a lot too, Jim. People jackknifing trailers. I remember I was at my dad's
Dude,
garage.
that's gotta suck because I feel like every time when we get a delivery, they struggle struggle like every time just to back the trailer up so we can unload it. And I feel like sometimes they're gonna jackknife and then they can't get out or whatever.
Oh, when I was working at Walmart, there was this guy and he was driving one of the Swift trucks and he was in and out, could not get this trailer backed up, right? Well, this Walmart driver comes in, dude's like, you know, late 50s, early 60s. You tell this dude been driving for like 40 years, right?
Yeah.
Got the big sticker on the side of the truck, said 1,000,000 miles, no accidents. He comes pulling in, dude, just rips his trailer right into the fucking spot, like instantly.
Oh wow.
And then he's sitting there, he gets out of his truck and he's looking at the Swift driver for like 5-10 minutes. And then finally he walks over to the Swift driver, he bangs on the door, and there's some young kid, he opens the door, the driver's like, "Get the fuck out." The guy jumped out, the Walmart driver jumped up in there, right forward, bam, right back into the spot. Like it was nothing.
Yeah.
He was tired of watching him. Because he was trying to leave, but the guy kept, you know, going in front of him. And he thought he was going to hit his truck. And the guy got frustrated and told him to get out of his truck and backed up the trailer for him. And all he hears is the Walmart driver, "Fucking idiot Swift drivers," all the way back to his truck.
The bed.
Oh,
Hey,
Ed.
Ed, how's it going?
What's up, you guys?
Ed.
What's up?
Where you at?
Hey,
He's
You
at
were?
home.
I'm
Oh,
at
you're
the
at home.
club. No, I'm at home under my canopy.
He's at the club.
At the club.
Dun, 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 dun,
And then a guy gave me and my cousin one time each $100 for saving his boat. He was in an RV and he was parked down the street from my dad's house in this old abandoned gas station that wasn't open. And him and his wife pulled in there to take a break for a little bit. And me and my cousin were driving by. All of a sudden we see all this smoke just pouring out of his RV. So we run over there, and within like 30 seconds of us getting over there, I mean, his RV was engulfed in flames. And he was
Damn.
more worried about his fucking boat. Him and his wife and his dog were out of the RV.
Check
But
this
he was-
RV out.
and me and my cousin just unhitched it, picked up the boat, and pushed it all the way back about 100 feet. And he gave us each $100 for saving his boat. He didn't give a shit
Damn,
about
that
the
looks
RV.
old.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
The heck?
You can't jack nothing.
It's a not too distant Shangri-La. The trailer hitches to a reinforced point about midway on the roof of the car. This makes the coupling more secure, thus eliminating sway, floating, and jackknifing. The trailer itself is very light, and this hitch assembly distributes the weight evenly over all four wheels of the car.
Was that on a Volkswagen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a bunch
Yeah,
of-
I've seen that. I've seen that video. It's pretty cool.
Closet space, and
That's
according
pretty-
to the manufacturer, enough sleeping
You can't
space
jackknife
for
it.
adults. Or
Right.
3 children.
That's
Oh,
interesting.
look at that.
Yeah,
What the?
Of course,
You can do a 360 with no problem. Look.
in the car, they'll either be good friends or bitter enemies.
Yeah, that's pretty cool though.
Holy shit.
Huh.
If Dad performs a few of these gyrations while the family is having breakfast, there could be a trailer load of trouble.
That's called FPV camping.
All domestic and imported cars.
You don't have to back it up.
Matched with the
Look
wheels
at that, eh?
to make for easier running in mud or snow. It does have some degree of aerodynamic styling, which is designed to reduce drag and give better mileage.
Punch bug yellow, punch bug blue.
Providing the power.
Yeah, but what kind of motor would that bug have had in it though?
Car gimmick.
I wouldn't trust that trailer not wobbling all over the place.
Passengers.
Anything from like a 1300 to a 1600.
One way to go.
Would that be enough to pull a trailer though?
If it's light.
Yeah, a lot of them
Yeah.
Volkswagens were diesels.
Yeah. Beetles are pretty strong, you know.
No, Beetles have never
No,
been.
no, no.
It's probably why you don't see any of them on the road.
What, Beetles?
There's loads of them.
No, he's
Talking about
talking.
the trailer.
No, he's talking about the trailer system.
Oh, they never made it.
Just a concept.
Yeah.
There
That
might
was
be
a
one or
special one.
two. There might be one or two concept ones out there floating around somewhere. Probably
I bet
worth
they're.
some money.
Yeah, I say I bet they're worth a lot of money.
If anybody's actually got a hold of one of them sitting in a yard somewhere rusting away.
I was watching a
Yeah.
video. A guy took a split window VW Bug a van, turned it into a helicopter.
Holy
Evening.
shit.
Evening, Ed.
There's
Good
a
evening.
guy out in California who has a Volkswagen
Ed,
graveyard. He
stop.
buys and sells Volkswagens. That's all he
Right.
does. And he's
Stop.
got probably 1,000 Volkswagen Beetles and 1,000 vans out there, and people come out
Mhm.
there all the time to buy parts off of them.
David, why is your plate so dirty?
He's got Pritt stick glue on it.
You put glue on your plates?
Yeah.
So his food doesn't slip off.
Are you printing? You printing TPU?
PLA.
I only use glue on TPU, so it releases.
Good evening, everybody in the chat. I can't see the chat.
Hey,
Just
Ed.
Brenda. It's not. I don't know why, but then that plate is not very good for print
Oh.
sticking.
Hey, Randy,
Yo.
that doesn't look like glue, bro. That's like other stuff.
Cocaina? Dave snorting lines off his print bed while print's going. Yeah, fucking right. 3D printing.
That's pretty good.
That Birdman at it
pretty
again.
Where's
That's
my
funny.
3D printing dancing bastard?
That's funny.
Yeah, this is. I don't know how old this picture is, or if the guy's even out there, but he used to have a lot more cars than this too. But you can see all of them. He used to have them lined up neatly in lines, but I don't know if the guy's even still alive or not. But these are all like Volkswagen Bugs and vans.
Damn, you knew his address?
It's right down the street from my dad's old house, but it's all the way in Southern California.
Right, right.
But the thing is out there, in the desert environment, cars don't rust. They can sit there for 50 years and still be salvageable.
Just ruins the paint.
Yeah. So a lot of people, that's why the military stores a lot of their equipment out in Southern California.
Mhm.
It can sit out there for decades without getting all rusted and nasty.
Airplanes too.
Yeah. A lot of airplane graveyards out there.
When they
Call it the boneyard.
when they stopped making the old Volkswagen Beetle and the microbus and stuff like that in Germany, they sold all the things to Mexico and they started making them in Mexico.
The new bugs, you can't drive those around if you're a guy, you get made fun of. You could drive an old restored one around and it's fine, but you get caught driving one of the new ones as a guy and you get made fun of. Because they got turned into like this girly thing when the new ones came out. All you ever saw was girls driving them. You got the fucking eyelashes on the front and all bedazzled and shit.
I've seen cars drive around with the fucking eyelashes and shit on there. That's crazy.
You know, Volkswagen should actually sue Tesla because Volkswagen had the first driverless car. It was called Herbie.
Herbie. I remember when Volkswagen got in trouble, what was it, about 10 years ago, because they were doing something with their computers in the cars to fool the admissions machines.
Yeah.
Oh,
remember that?
Got done for that.
Emission.
But Volkswagen got in a lot of trouble though, because it was like a big conspiracy with their company, and a couple of states over here that are big on that ended up figuring it out, and yeah, Volkswagen got in a lot of trouble.
I think Dodge got in trouble too, doing the same thing to their diesels.
There was the
remember
diesel
that, the
cars.
Dodge
There
one.
was
Oh yeah, there was a lot of stuff for the diesels.
yeah. There's actually law companies now taking car manufacturers to court for it.
It was.
Jimmy sold your diesel car.
It was Cummins.
I think it was up until 2007. Diesels before that.
I don't know. I think it was later than that.
No, because we had a 2007 Seat 2-litre diesel, and it wasn't included.
My uncle had one of those little Volkswagen Rabbits for years that was diesel. That thing got hella gas mileage back in the day.
Volkswagen Rabbit, did it have two heads on it?
No.
It's the Volkswagen Golf.
But yeah, that thing, I remember back in the 90s when he was driving that around, that thing got really good gas mileage back then.
David, how do you get your printer to be your camera feed?
OBS.
Yeah, you just do a virtual camera.
Yeah, OBS screen capture, and then just stretch it to the size of the thing, and then all you have then is your video.
So you gotta buy something?
No, just get OBS. Just download OBS.
It's online.
Hold on, I'll put the link in the chat for you to download.
All right, so you download OBS, you go playing around with stuff, and then you get screen capture, which is what I'm using. And then I've stretched the screen out, so it's just the print bed that's on the screen, not all this shit around the edge.
Right.
Right. And then on Zoom.
There you go, Randy.
Oh, don't forget on OBS to click it, start virtual camera, and then on Zoom you click camera and change it to OBS.
No, OBS is all open
it is,
source.
yeah?
It's free. Just hit the download for Windows. It'll give you 3 different options. It gives you Linux, Apple, and Windows.
Mark, can you see what it is?
Mark.
Not there.
I am there.
OBS is all open source. It's 100% free.
I'll give you a clue. Alan Bradbury.
That's how we share all our gaming lives and all that. That's how we do the overlays and everything.
That name means nothing to me.
Coronation Street.
Don't watch it.
You liar.
Kate watches it.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, yeah.
I only watch it when I'm forced to. Otherwise,
You watch it in the
don't-
background. Yeah, yeah.
It's
I
the
just
fa-
downloaded it
it's
and
the
it's asking
famous
me to
tram.
update it.
Like that's the only reason I know
Yeah.
he got hit over the head with a baseball bat.
It usually, when you first download it, it doesn't do the latest update, so it'll ask you to update it after you download it.
Yeah, I
That's
refused
normal.
to do the update because he did a lot of fucking around with the settings last time, and I've got
Yeah,
it
I
just how I
did.
want it. But yeah, Mark, it's the famous tram from Blackpool that killed Alan Bradley.
Okay.
In Coronation.
OBS seems a little intimidating, but once you actually learn it, it's super simple.
What he
So how
got
do you-
in Blackpool?
What's that?
He got killed in Blackpool.
Yeah, by a Blackpool tram
Ah,
chasing Rita Fairclough.
well, that serves him right. Silly sod.
But I'm printing this out because the tram depot at Blackpool are doing some display things, and I want to see how this comes out. And if it comes out good, then I've got to find a model of Alan Bradley. Yeah, I want to put him in front of the tram.
What do you do? Window capture?
You can do window capture, but it's quite awkward. I do screen capture, then I don't have to fuck around with all the settings and stuff.
Well, window capture is only going to capture a specific window you got open.
Yeah. So
Right.
you've got
How do-
you've got
any
game
other-
capture, window capture. Now, if you did window capture, you would ask it. It would then give you a list of programs that you could capture, and I think it does do zoom. Yeah, but like I said, do screen capture, and then you just do the. It all depends as well if you've got a second monitor to do screen capture. Window
Right.
capture if you've only got one.
You have 2 monitors, though, don't you, Randy?
No, I only have one.
Yeah, so do window capture.
Can I hook my laptop to my PC and use that as a second monitor?
Not sure. Samsung
No.
tabs you can.
No, you can't. The only thing you can do is connect them through Mouse Without Borders, but that's not going to allow you to use it as a second screen.
That's all right. I'll
Unless they both have Windows 10 and Windows 11 Pro.
Well, you don't have to have a second monitor. Once you get it set up, you can minimize it and have Zoom in the.
No,
pulled up.
because if you're doing screen capture, you
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah.
minimize it.
I
You
didn't think
minimize
about that.
Yeah. That's why I said just do window capture, and then it will obviously ask you which one you want. You click
Well,
the
first-
drop down box.
First thing you need to do is order a second monitor. What kind of freaking PC you got set up over there? What you got going on over there?
I need to get a second monitor. Definitely.
Just connect it to your big TV in the living room.
Yeah, just go take your TV out of the living room. Fuck them.
Yeah, that's it. The
Ain't
kids
got nowhere
don't
to
need to be. The kids don't need to be watching cartoons.
Yeah.
They don't watch cartoons on my TV.
Oh, there you go.
But there you go. Get your TV wired up. Done.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you got that bracket that I sent you that one time to keep your monitor up off your desk, right?
Yeah.
So you just
I
need to
have it.
order a second arm and get you another monitor, and you're good
No,
to go.
I got the second arm. I got the dual.
Okay.
The dual arm.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did, but you just put
Put
it
a third
in the
arm
back.
in.
But I unbolted the second arm
Third arm.
and put it in the closet.
Yeah, so you just need to get you another monitor, bolt that arm back on. You're good to go.
You know what, Randy? Don't worry. Justin will send his TV to work for you.
I don't have
Justin
any
goes-
TVs. I got rid
So
of all
Justin's
of them.
gonna buy me a second monitor.
Yeah, there you go.
Affiliate link in the chat.
4K. Make it 4K.
Dude, if I had an affiliate link, I would have made some decent money by now. All the links I'd be sending to people.
Yeah, the amount of other people's money he spent, he'd make a fortune.
And mostly Jason's money. Dude, I really did not think he was going to buy that fucking $2,000 monitor that night. I was just like, look at this. This because I was just showing him what I would like to get eventually. Because I didn't want to spend that much on a monitor. And he was like, oh my God. And then just fucking ordered it within like 30 seconds of looking at it.
His wife was
Dude,
probably
that-
kicking his ass.
$2,000 for a monitor? Holy shit.
Oh, no, it wasn't that expensive. It was like 900. When it first came out, it was that expensive, but it was like 900 for the 49-inch, I think you got.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a 49.
And then he sent that one back because he wanted the bigger one.
Wow.
That was like 56-inch.
I need to
Here.
get a 49-inch monitor.
It's definitely
Yeah,
a badass monitor.
I'll show it to you. Hold on. I'll show it to Ed so you can see what we're talking about.
Is it a curved one or is it a straight one?
Oh, it's a curved one, yeah.
And those are beauty. Didn't they knock $200 or $300 off later?
It's 4K too, right, Justin?
What, the one that he got? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 4K. Samsung Odyssey. Where's the big one at? Oh, right here, 57-inch. Dude, fucking Samsung wants they want like 2,000 for it. But that might be because of the tariffs right now at the moment too. But look, because it was around like 1,400, I think. But see, look at this.
Holy shit.
That thing is
Yeah.
huge, dude.
It's badass.
They have a 49 and a 57-inch.
Wow.
Yeah, that thing's-
No, and
that's the
it's also widescreen, isn't it? So it's not as tough as it would be.
And I actually know 2 people I recommended that monitor got it. Ron got it too.
Yeah, Ron was the other one.
Yeah. Because Ron's desk is fucking huge. Like that desk he had custom made is like really big. And even that monitor on his desk doesn't look that big. His desk still looks fucking huge. Yeah, I forgot Ron got it too. The
You
one
needed an
I
affiliate
want.
link. You definitely needed an affiliate link.
Oh, for Pete's sake, bloody
I
bamboo.
don't. That's the thing is I don't really care. I just if somebody wants something, I try to help them find it.
That's
I ain't
one
trying to
thing
make money
Bamboo
off
started
people.
to piss me off with. Keep turning the camera off.
This is the where's it at?
Guys, I'm gonna take off. I gotta go get something to eat.
Okay,
No,
buddy.
okay.
No, he's
Yeah,
not.
right.
He's gonna go buy. He's gonna go and buy a monitor. He's gonna play with his software, and he just doesn't want us to see him get stressed with it.
No.
Yeah,
All right,
catch
I'll see
you
you
later.
later.
If you need help with it, just get up with either me or David. We can help you with it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I'm
definitely will.
happy to do.
Have a good one, man.
This is the one that I want here. This is the Corsair Flex. This one, you can actually adjust the curvature on it. It has a button, and I like how all the buttons and everything are down here instead of traditionally they put them up under the monitor, which you can't fucking see them, which is annoying. So I like how all the controls are here. You got a couple USB ports, a headphone jack, but you could actually.
That's only 32-inch, isn't it?
No, this is a 45-inch. But you can
That
push a
ratio
button.
seems a bit low for 45-inch.
The only bad thing about this monitor is you can't adjust the height of it. That's the only bad thing about it.
Can you hang it?
Yeah, you can hang it if you wanted.
Oh, there you go. That's fine then. You just
Because you can take this bottom part off and then leave this part on here.
Yeah.
And you can take the feet off and hang it. But the one thing I like about it is you can push these buttons on these 2 little handles on the side and you can adjust how curved you want it. And Linus Tech was doing a video on it, and him and his buddy both grabbed both sides of it, and they tried to like ream this thing to break it, and it did not break. Like it was strong as hell. But they both grabbed each side of the monitor and pushed in on it to see if they could snap the screen, and they weren't able to. Because
hey, Bamboo is really having a problem tonight. Apparently, my print's going to take minus 45 minutes. So they're going to give me time back. And it keeps turning the camera off. I look forward to receiving my time back.
Wow.
But the fails.
I wouldn't go bigger than a 45-inch, so that's just too much. I mean,
49 inch. I need a 49-inch because that's perfect for Euro trucks gaming.
because I want to say my 227s, if you go from end to end with them being side by side, I think it's around 50. And that's already a lot. Like
Yeah.
227s is plenty for me.
Justin, you remember when I did the test with the two 34-inch monitors?
Oh yeah.
That was some weird shit on YouTube.
Yes, Jim.
I tried to do 234s and they were just too big. I didn't like them. 27s to me is a sweet spot.
It depends what you're doing. Like I say, if you're gaming on like Fortnite, then you need it all compact onto one screen. If you're playing gaming like Euro Trucks or motor racing, where you need to see more of what's going on around you, then bigger monitors are better.
Well, yeah, because faster paced games, you don't really, to me, and it's just my opinion. If it's a faster paced game like shooting or something like that, you definitely want a small but decent sized screen.
Yeah, because you need to
don't want to
you
have to
concentrate
move
on the area that you can see.
right. You don't want to have to move your head to see what's going on. You want to be able to just move your eyes and see. And see, that's where Jason was running into issues when he was playing Fortnite on the big curved one that he bought, because he actually downsized. I don't know if he's still playing like that, but he downsized it to just the center of the screen because he even said it's too much. I have to keep turning my head to look at the different menus and things.
That's the thing as well. A lot of games don't manufacture themselves for these, where like things like Euro Trucks have.
Well, and it depends on how far back you are, right? Like for me, from the front of my desk to the back of my desk is only like 3 foot. It's not that far.
Yeah, same
So, and then when I'm sitting on my chair, I'm only about 4 foot from my screens.
Yeah,
so
it's 3 foot, but unfortunately, something keeps sticking out the other end.
But yeah, I just really like you could play on a 50-inch no problem if you're far enough back.
Yeah.
But if you're up close at a desk, yeah, it's going to be a little too much.
Tell you what, though, the amount of 49-inch monitors on curve monitors that are on Facebook with the broken screens.
Yeah.
It's like,
Hey,
who
David,
the fuck do you think's going to buy it?
Hey, David, I understand your pain because I have things that stick out from underneath my desk too far.
Or he's watching Pornhub. You hear that thump under his desk.
Yeah. Suddenly the keyboard rises up.
Can't hear it because I got noise cancellation on.
Is it the same brand that you're seeing, or is it just that's particular size?
Who's that?
You, the 49-inch ones you were talking about. Is it a
No,
particular brand?
No, there's any brand. The cheaper the better.
There's got to be. Yeah, there's got to be something then with why
I just
so
don't want
many
a
of
curve.
them.
I just don't want a curve monitor because the stress on the screen is what causes them to break easy. Yeah. What it is, people don't realize when they get these bloody curve monitors, they'll sit them right close to them, and then when they get angry, they chuck the controller, it bounces up and hits the screen. That's it. Game over for that screen.
Yeah, well, the reason I decided not to go with curves, because I was going to originally, I was going to go with 227 curves, is because the software, the streaming software, has not really caught up too much with the.
That's because if you look, a lot of curve screens are being faded out now. Samsung have not doing as many.
Yeah, it's just the streaming software is kind of a pain in the ass to get it to look right when you're streaming. And that was one thing Jason had issues with. I think he finally had figured it out, but I don't know what he did. But
it's the stress on the screen that the curve puts on it causes the problem.
But yeah, that was the only reason I didn't go with them, because I didn't want to have to dick around with the streaming software to get it to look right on YouTube.
Jason don't mind. He likes the challenge.
The best curved TV screen I saw was my mum's friend. He bought a fucking 75-inch Samsung curved screen
Go on, Jim.
TV, and he set it all up, put it on the wall, and
Oh my
then
God,
he went, look at this, and the dog jumped up at the TV and hit it with his paw. Day one, smashed screen. Oh God, he was pissed.
Yeah, I don't. Those curved Samsung TVs. God, I remember when they first came out with those when I was working at Walmart. Those things were so fucking expensive. Like you would get
Johnny.
a
Johnny.
42-inch flat Samsung would be like $500-600, and then the curved would be like 12 or 1400, but it was the same specs pretty much. It was just because
Get ready
that
for the
screen was
Echo.
curved. You had to pay an extra $600-700.
Oh, he muted himself.
TJ.
Good evening, Johnny.
What's up?
Johnny, what's up? Wherever you at.
Johnny.
Good evening, Johnny.
What y'all doing?
Just hanging
Anthony.
around, chatting shit. You know,
Anthony.
Who's
Andy.
that Anthony
Anthony.
character now?
It's name's Anthony.
TJ, go and shave.
It's Anthony.
TJ, when you shave under your armpits, make sure they match.
Make sure they match.
You shave? TJ, you shave your armpits?
No, heck no.
No, put them down quick.
DJ, you shave your armpits?
No.
Hello.
Who shaves their armpits?
You apparently. That's what I heard.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I
That's
definitely
what
No, look at his face. That's the most guilty face I've ever seen. Nah, man, nah, I'm good.
DJ, there's nothing wrong with shaving your armpits when you live in a hot
Yeah,
country.
look at the way he's holding his arm. He's like, no, I don't shave my
Like,
armpits.
no, man, I don't do
Yeah.
that, man.
Think you're so lucky, TJ. The French girls, they don't shave theirs either.
Oh, yeah.
They don't
How
shave
are-
their legs either, do they?
Oh, that's so
I wouldn't
gross.
know. I don't look at them.
That's crazy,
Hey,
though.
Johnny.
Hey,
Yeah.
Johnny, what's up? What you
Oh,
flying?
I don't know,
it
just
must
sit-
be,
sitting
it
at-
must
Good
be
evening,
nice
Johnny.
there, Johnny. Is the weather nice there?
No, well, it's like 90 degrees. I'm just sitting out on the porch, though.
Oh wow!
That's
I-
nothing.
Here it's 45 degrees.
It's kind of clouding up a little bit, actually.
I saw your little
Yeah.
flight earlier. That was pretty cool.
What's that?
I saw your flight earlier. That was pretty cool.
Which one? I didn't fly today.
That short that you did.
Oh yeah, I was sitting out here.
Yeah.
Do that again?
You okay?
What?
Oh, never mind.
Oh,
TJ, what's on the back of your head?
oh.
Huh?
What's that on top of your shoulders? Oh, that's your head.
Yes, got the screenshot. I'm gonna zoom in and look at his pits. Hold
Wait, what?
on.
Yeah, it's getting cloudy over here, JoJo.
Yeah, that was all I can tell you. It was hot
That doesn't
today.
look good. It's thundering a little bit, but I don't know.
Yeah, I flew at the boat launch, and I flew out at Bayou Lacombe.
Oh, today?
And I tell you what, yeah, it was hot.
Yeah, it's hot here.
I tried the Neo at the beach today. It was pretty good.
I put up my decorations.
And at the park.
There you go.
Okay. All right.
What you flew it with? Phone?
Huh?
The Neo
What you flew it with?
with my hand.
Oh, like the autonomous stuff?
Yeah,
Hand gesture.
I don't have a remote yet. Still looking.
What you flying? You trying to fly?
Neo.
Oh, the Neo. Oh yeah, they got a Neo 2 coming out.
What?
Yeah. A Neo 2, an Avata 3, and a Mavic, and a Mini 5 Pro.
Mini 5
Yeah.
Holy shit.
in the next 6 months.
Yeah, he'll be able to
Well,
get it.
I'll
We
tell
won't.
you what. I think, be honest with you, I think the Avata 3 is coming a lot sooner.
Hopefully, when they release the Neo 2, they'll let Mini 3 Pro remote work on the Mini on any Neo 1.
It'll be the RC2.
RC2, yep.
Dominic's gonna have to send us drones from Australia
Yep.
because it don't look like we're gonna get anything down here right now.
I tell you, the Avata 3 better work with the goggles 3 or not did it.
The what now?
They better work with the goggles 3.
Yeah, I would think that it would work with the goggles.
If it doesn't, I wouldn't fool. I'm not gonna fool it. I'm not gonna buy another set of goggles.
Yeah, no shit. No, I don't. I mean, I think I don't know, but I would assume that it would work. With that.
I almost bought a second Avata 2 the other day. They had one left at Cam Reese for $489.
Oh, really?
I almost bought it, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna wait and see if the 3 comes up.
Joe, here you go. You need to get one of these. Wait, hold up. I'll just bring you one of these, Joe, and since you're doing the sim,
Yeah,
there you go. Look, pick that one, or that one, or that one, or that one.
Wow.
Hello, Warren.
Huh?
Come join us.
Warren?
Yeah, we've got to get him on a live stream.
He's not going to join us. You don't know who Warren is? Y'all don't really want to know who Warren is? Huh?
Tell us.
He's Igor. He's Igor.
Igor.
Yep.
Yeah. That's really Igor. Oh. Sun's coming out now.
Oh, no.
So, Johnny, I went out to Bayou Lacombe by the boat launch, and you've never been there yet?
Yeah.
And put the Mavic 3 up. And I saw a couple of birds in the distance. I couldn't really tell what they were, and I was coming back. I get back and everything, and the guy in a kayak comes over and said, "You flying the drone?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Yeah, those ospreys were watching you pretty good."
Somebody today got their drone taken out with a bird in New York.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Wow. Because they got an osprey nest right where I was flying, so I'm glad they didn't come after it.
Really?
Fairly safe. They usually only go after fish.
They know better than to mess with Cap Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, my drones hit people.
Yeah.
Oh man, sun's bright now. I might put one of these FPV drones. It's pretty windy though.
God, we had 50-mile-an-hour gusts today.
Oh wow.
Oh, we
We're
had a
getting
beautiful
close
day.
to that.
23-mile-an-hour winds with 50 gusts.
Just fly when it's in between the gusts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No birds in my birdhouse. Yeah, it's pretty now. It was just getting cloudy a while ago. It's still coming from y'all way, Joe. No, it's going y'all way, actually.
It's coming to us.
Yeah, I see it kind of going to the east over there.
Yep.
Mm.
Coming to get Captain Joe.
I'll tell you, Bayou Lacombe, all that green back there with the clouds and that was beautiful.
Really? I bet. Yeah, it's all. I know it's green everywhere. What is that?
You're about that
TJ,
sound.
you watching TV, TJ?
No, he is.
Yeah, he's watching TV.
He did. He's
No.
watching. He's watching the Muppets.
No, she's got I don't know, some crazy game show on. I don't know.
The Muppets.
Well, she's trying to entertain you, TJ.
Hey, he shaves under his right arm. His left arm, look.
Yep.
That's funny.
Well, he's got what's called hairless armpits.
What is David? What is that? Is that a 3D printer? What's he doing?
Yeah, that's a bamboo.
Oh, that's the bamboo.
No, yeah, I was actually.
He's in a slicer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
Matt just
hoping to be
printed.
able to download my local football team's stadium.
Yeah, we're just going to say that looks like a football pitch.
It looks like, yeah, it's Deepdale, but unfortunately, it won't do the floodlights.
Mm.
Pain in the ears.
Yeah, y'all call it football?
Yeah,
that
we call it
soccer?
football.
It's
Everybody
soc-
else is
it's,
called
it's,
soccer.
it's soccer, Johnny.
Oh,
Everybody
okay.
else is
No,
soccer.
no, it's not.
It's football because they
It's
actually kick
it's
it with their feet.
it's soccer.
We invented it. We call it what we want.
Yep, you invented soccer. I know that. Everybody
We
knows.
invented football.
TJ, you know who invented soccer, right? It was the British.
Yep. Yeah.
Right. The original FA is the English FA, right? And it's called Football Association.
Well, you may call it that, but then you also have a proper tea that that you can't make in microwaves. So.
Well,
Yeah.
you don't make tea in microwaves.
You call
Yeah,
it.
you do.
You call your game football.
Yeah.
And then you pick it up with your hands and run with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, your football.
It only gets kicked
My
about
football.
5 times a game.
Their football. So you got 3 footballs.
Well, you call it. You guys call yours soccer.
No, we call it football.
And because it's a
football.
soccer kick.
It's a soccer ball. That's right.
No.
That's why it's called, that's why
That is
it's called
one.
soccer.
This is one thing that you could really spark a riot on here, Paul. Right? If you put kick after anything, so when it's a penalty, if you say penalty kick, you can spark a riot. Trust me. That is the one no-no in this country. We get really pissed on that.
Justin,
Right.
what do you think?
No, it's a penalty. End of.
Yeah.
Unless it's a free kick.
Yeah,
It's a
which
free-
is weird.
Well, how about
That's
them
a
drones?
free.
shot.
You what?
It's just a free, not a free
Yeah.
kick.
It's a penalty shot. It's a penalty shot with a soccer ball.
It's not. It's a football and it's a penalty.
A football is a thing that you throw with your hands. A soccer
Why?
ball.
Whoa.
Soccer
That's a
is a
If
ball.
they get tripped up
There's
in the
a
box
clue.
of the penalty
There's a
kick.
clue what you do with it. You
With a
throw it
soccer
with
ball.
your
We're
hand.
4 different countries here going to war.
You tell him, Ed.
Yeah.
Tell him.
Football is a thing you grab with your hands and you.
Throw it.
Yeah.
Well, why do the Americans have a football team in the World Cup?
No, they have a soccer team in the World Cup.
It's soccer. It's a soccer.
It's the
No.
U.S. soccer
Oh,
team, not the
my
U.S.
God.
football team.
U.S. Soccer Association.
Right. There's a clue, right?
Nothing to do with soccer.
Right. The only time you can pick up a ball in football is the goalkeeper saving it, or you have a throw-in. The rest of the time, it's on the floor and you kick it.
That's not football.
Foot.
That's not football.
That's not football. That's
Of course it
that's
is.
soccer.
No,
That's
it
not
is. You
football.
play with your foot. Where's
No,
your
that's
foot?
that's soccer, not
Oh
football.
my God, who
Ed,
cares?
where's your foot?
Football is with the hands, bro. It's where they
No,
do
that's
with the hands.
handball. There you go. You just said it. A handball.
Handball.
No,
You
that's
pick the
football.
ball up in football, right? You're getting sent off.
Right, Dominic?
You
Yeah.
play with your feet.
David,
Yeah.
David,
You play
David,
with your feet.
You
David.
play with your feet in football too,
Right, who's the
David.
fucking hell started this?
and you throw.
Johnny,
throw the
what did you
ball
do
in
this
football.
for?
I didn't
Turn
find
around,
anything.
face the wall, and think about what you've done.
David, if you go to Portugal and you say, let's play football, they're going to look at you and say, what the?
No, they would not.
No, they
No,
won't.
if
Because
No,
it's
they
not
won't.
say
They call it
soccer.
football over there.
No, they call it soccer. No, they
No, it's called UEFA.
don't. UEFA soccer. Yeah, that's it.
No,
Well,
football.
UEFA. the
And
football association.
it's football over
Football
here.
Association.
Here,
No,
let's ask the judge. Johnny, what do you say?
I really don't care.
Okay, then.
He's just eating the popcorn in the corner.
Yeah, I'm just listening to y'all argue. Not argue, but you
Hold
know,
on.
just it's
And
discussed.
the World Cup is run by FIFA.
Yeah,
The
and
Federation
it's soccer.
of International Football Association.
Okay, different subject.
Football.
We got to figure out, is this hair or is this a shadow?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shadow.
Yeah, but
Okay, so let me just show you. This says football.
You're looking at an
This
American
is
site. You ain't got a
soccer ball.
fucking clue.
See, soccer ball.
This
There
is
you go,
football,
TJ.
soccer ball.
Does
That
not
is
say
pretty
football.
See,
That says football.
That's funny. That is pretty good.
Who? David. Hey, David, I got a
That is
question.
Yeah.
Is it a pecan or a pecan?
It's fine.
No, a what?
Fine.
A
Pecan.
pecan. A pecan.
Here we go.
see,
Joe.
Thank
I'll
you,
be
Joe.
right back. I'm going to put some aluminum foil on top
No,
of my
don't
tea in
you
the
go
microwave.
anywhere.
Aluminum
Sit
foil,
your ass
yeah.
down there a minute, Joe. Right? I've just done a Google search. Google is American, right? Simple
That's a
Google
bunch
search.
of communists, Google.
Look, football. Look, he's kicking it. Look, kicking it. Look, football.
That's because you typed it in UK.
Yeah,
Don't type football in mine and see what
you
the shit says.
You type it in the wrong country.
Yeah, you typing in the people that are all confused.
All
you
right,
know?
so I'm going to read the history of football.
Okay.
AKA
Oh,
soccer.
here we go.
While the exact inventor of soccer is difficult to pinpoint, modern soccer
Listen to me.
codifies rules
you
and
love
the
me.
formation of the Football
you
Association
want something.
are credited
Now
to Ebner Cobb Morilli
Oh, I know
in
him.
1863 in England. However, the game's origins can be traced back to various ball
gonna
kicking
stop you
games
there,
in different
Justin.
cultures, including
Justin.
ancient China, Mesoamerican, and medieval Europe.
Damn
Excuse
Chinese.
me. Gonna stop you now. Right? We have football clubs older than 1863.
Yeah, we do.
It's saying that's when the
No.
formation of the
So
FAA Cup was.
your history's wrong.
That
Right?
is what it says.
My football club was formed before 1863. They started playing football in 1880, but they're older than that. They were playing cricket and baseball.
Yeah, I'd agree with
Play
that.
football. You know
No,
that,
but they're saying
your
the formation
national
of
sport, Silly Boys Rounders. We were playing that at one point.
yeah, but they're saying the formation of an actual
The association.
like a organized association.
The
Yeah.
organised was
It's codified.
definitely British, right? Because Preston
they're
North End was
saying-
the founder members. But
Mesoamerican and
Football-
Chinese.
yeah, but football
May have had it
before
before.
that was actually Rugby Football Association.
And the
Yeah?
Aztecs played
They have dropped football from their name. They're now just the Rugby Association.
look, but the Aztecs played a similar game of football and basketball mixed when they would kick the head of their opponent around the field like a soccer ball,
Oh,
and then
That
try to
pretty
get it
much
into a
sounds
basket.
like our
Hit-
game.
That
Wait.
was Gaelic football.
Wait,
I'm gonna-
No, there was
No,
nothing
no,
gay
no.
about it, Mark.
That's-
Enough of this.
that's not football. That's just fuggery, right?
Yeah.
Kicking the head of your opponent around the pitch is just fuggery.
So, Johnny, how are those drones?
Well, the other big question I would have too, David, is why the hell do you call it a pitch and if you're not pitching the ball?
It's a pitch. You play on a pitch.
Well, why?
Why? Because it just
Wait,
is.
what do you call a guy that throws a baseball? A pitcher. That's a pitch.
No,
So
he's a
you
thrower.
can feel a pitch.
He's a bowler.
That's a throw.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
bowling
God.
it.
That's the
Lord
ball.
help me.
Who said
I bet
the
you eat
word?
Merrimite too.
All right, the next person that says football is getting booted.
Football, but not ball.
Yeah, boot him.
But-
Boot him.
but- yeah,
Lord
I've
help
got
me.
to. I'm going to throw my perspective in it. Our
Oh.
game started as a possum skin, and it was rolled into a ball, and they would kick it and throw it, and it was originally called Marngrook. So
Well, is that what they do with the drop bears? Is they roll them up into a ball and roll them around? or what?
that's how it all started. Yeah.
I think that's an
Hey, what do you call eight grown men arguing about a word? The Paul Murray show.
Yeah.
Dude, this is like the Cambridge debates. We have to have these debates.
We have this every month, at
But-
least.
At least almost weekly.
Yeah.
They just know how to wind up my gears.
And
But
and it's really great that we've got 4 different countries on here, so we get a better
Joe,
perspective.
you need to send him a football jersey.
Yeah.
I already have an American football jersey.
Jersey.
Thanks,
The
Gitchy.
jumper.
Gitchy got
A
it for
jersey,
you.
it's a jumper.
Yeah.
Yeah, jumpers for goalposts. Yay.
A jumper.
It is actually a jersey.
A jumper is like
Came
pajamas.
from America.
A jumper is like pajamas. Like a
No.
onesie.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. A jumper isn't
No.
this something you go to bed with?
Yeah, like
No.
a onesies, like a
Football
onesie.
jumper.
No, a jumper
Oh,
is
jersey rubbish.
a jumper, a jersey, a cardigan, all the same thing, or a sweater.
Actually,
No,
cardigan is not a jumper.
No,
Cardigan buttons up.
A sweater.
Isn't a cardigan a sweater without sleeves?
Yeah,
No,
Yeah.
that's a vest.
a cardigan is
No,
a
that's a vest.
sweater. What?
A
A
sweater.
cardigan
And a
is
jumper is what
call
you
a
put a
sweater
baby in
with
hooked to a
buttons
doorway so they
up
go up
the
and
middle.
down.
A sweater without sleeves is a vest.
Yeah.
Or as
Yeah,
the Americans
cardigan.
call them, a wife beater.
No, those
No.
are mustard
No,
shirts.
That's a tank top.
That's a blue singlet.
It's a tank top.
Yeah,
No,
those are
we
mustard
call-
shirts.
We call that a
Plus.
standard issued bulletproof vest.
Yeah, what do you think, Dominic?
A singlet, a tank top. God.
A
Right.
singlet?
Can we just point? I think we can all agree, though, what Dominic is wearing is a hoodie.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
a hoodie.
that's
Right.
a Gahar.
And we all know that shortly he's going out committing crimes because every
Yeah.
crime over here, when it's reported, when they do a description, it always says they were wearing a grey hoodie.
That's true.
Right? So if they just banned grey hoodies, we could wipe out 99% of crime.
Well, just go and
Look
get a
at black
grey
hoodies
hoodie.
then.
The item of choice is gone.
Maybe using black hoodies next.
Hey, David, you ever looked at the obituaries?
Nope.
Well, you know, because people die in alphabetical order.
Yeah, I've always wondered about that.
What?
Actually, they don't put them in alphabetical order over here. Put them in order
No,
they
no.
die.
It's chronological order.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you
No,
gotta
it's
check it if
alphabetical
they're,
order
if
here.
they're on like
We
an
do
S
everything-
and
we
your
do
last name
everything
with a
the
T,
correct
just
way.
run.
Hey,
So that's the proper way to do it then.
Yeah.
hey, Johnny.
Yeah.
You work at cemetery, right? If you don't mind me
Yep.
asking.
Yep.
Are you like you dig the hole too, or
No. I just oversee the burial, make sure I mark the spot that they bought, either the mausoleum.
He waits
Oh, I
till,
thought
the,
you
he waits
were-
till the family goes away and takes the Rolex.
I thought you were in real estate.
Who, me? No, I
Yeah.
retired. I retired from real estate.
No. He is in real estate.
It is real estate. He sells grave plots.
Yeah, I mean, I'll sell you I'll sell you your last little piece of land. It's
Exactly.
5 by 10.
I'll tell you those. Louisiana has some of the coolest looking graveyards, though, because you guys can't have the underground, so you guys tend to have a lot of mausoleums.
Depends on where it's at.
We have underground.
Well, I'm saying like in down by where you guys are at, aren't most of them mausoleums
No,
because of the water table?
most of them
In New
underground.
Orleans, yeah.
They have all the voodoo funerals. They're real fun.
Anything south of I-10.
Voodoo, dude.
Yeah, because those
Voodoo.
graveyards are really cool looking.
Hold up. I'm watching.
Because you get to see all the different mausoleum designs over the decades and stuff. Because some of them are really old.
Wait, we're gonna go on a live tour to the cemetery.
Oh, that is a nice golf cart there. Oh, the cemetery's right next to your house?
No,
Right
well,
down the street.
it's right down the street. Backing up.
Oh, he's got a backup camera and everything. Jesus.
Yeah.
Yep. Whoa.
Doesn't want to reverse into a grave hole, does he?
All right.
yeah, but you guys there make the holes with the backhoe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, when they dig in the ground.
Yeah, because my dad used to do that job, and it was all by hand, a pick and a shovel, 6 feet deep.
Why do I get the feeling, right? The rest of the world actually do things right. We get a JCB or a spade and we dig a hole. Yeah. I reckon Americans just launch a missile in there, blow a big, massive hole and go, that'll do.
That's the way we do everything.
Just chuck an hand grenade in, boom, that'll do.
Burn the hole.
Did you just buy that golf cart, Johnny? Because that thing looks fresh as hell.
You what?
Did you just
He
buy
just
that
buy
golf
it.
cart? Because that golf
Shit, this
cart
golf
looks
cart
nice as
got
hell.
6,000 miles on it.
Damn, it looks really nice. Like it almost looks has a new look to it.
Right, Mark.
6,000
Now
miles.
can you
Damn,
tell
me,
it's
that
a
would have been
tram?
going across country twice, Joe. On that fucking
what?
thing. That would have been going across country twice on
It's
that
going
thing.
25 miles an hour. Look.
I only use golf carts for playing golf.
Right.
Hey,
You see that, see that
Johnny,
phylum? Right.
Hey,
You
Johnny,
see the phylum
can you
printing?
do a wheelie on that thing?
All right. This is where the cemetery is. Like, you'll see it right here is a mausoleum.
Yeah. So that phylum printing,
That's
only Blackpool has them trams, double decker trams.
Yeah.
see, that's the mausoleum.
Yeah.
And then we got all of these that are in the ground or either.
Oh, you're not scared to be there by yourself?
No.
Well, you do got quite a few above
They're
ground
kind of
ones.
quiet.
Yeah, so well, this is like 7 acres.
Why
Oh,
would
Hey,
you
go
be
show them
scared
the
to be there?
Wong's grave.
Oh yeah. Yeah, see that
Wong.
there's one, I don't know if you can see that. Well, let me see if I can go out here. This
Yeah,
one right
hey.
here. This guy spent $120,000 on his vault.
Oh, shit.
See that big tall one right there?
Yeah.
Mm.
It's
Oh, yeah,
got
we
a
have
door.
those.
It's got a door. He used to go in there.
Back
with
in
his
there,
wife.
that's bigger than some of our houses.
Yeah, that right there was about 120,000.
Oh,
Jesus.
Oh god.
It's 2 caskets in there, which we don't have the key to that thing, which we really need to get.
That's kind of crazy. You can go inside there.
Yeah, he used to go sit with his wife, and he passed away. And yeah, this one right here, Joe knows the family.
Yeah, Wong.
The Wongs, they're from they're from China, of course, but they
Oh,
bought
the
30.
Wong.
They bought 32 lots, and only their mother is buried here. Look at
Jesus.
this.
Holy
Oh,
crap.
that's crazy.
Yeah, all that stuff's from China too.
Yeah.
32
Wow.
lots. I mean, can somebody else be buried there, or they just do a massive
Not
one?
in this. This is just to their mother. It's a
Wow, that's crazy. That's a lot.
tribute to their mother.
How much is it per lot?
$2,200 a lot.
Damn, they bought 32 lots. Jesus.
Yeah, they
Well,
own
when
a couple. They own a big restaurant chain.
Well, are they like we are over here where they can have 3 people in one grave?
We do 2 if you go double deep on the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to go because it's not 6 feet under. Believe it or not, it's only 4 feet.
You guys only dig 4 feet?
4 feet. That's it.
Oh,
Now,
way more than that.
if you go too deep, I mean, of course you got to know on the first one because they'll only go 4 feet. So, but yeah, you can see all of these are in the ground. I mean, a lot of this is above, but some of it's in the ground too.
Yeah. Back home, my dad used to dig at 6 feet.
But like some of the real old ones I've seen in like New Orleans, it's just cool
Yeah.
to see the different mausoleum designs that people came up
And-
with over the years.
And then I don't know if you guys do it there or not, but and
Now
then
this cemetery over here, this is the city. Now nobody is above ground. Everybody is underground here. This is a different cemetery though.
Do you do both of them or just a private one?
No, the city runs this one. But see, nothing is above the ground. There's no vaults. We have vaults. We allow vaults.
see back home, when you bury someone a year later, if the family buys the lot after they're buried, well, my dad used to go in there, dig them out, wash the bones with rubbing alcohol, and put them inside little, just like
Oh,
that.
really?
Boxes.
They call it exhumed.
Okay.
Mm.
Wow.
Yeah, we exhumed somebody over here the other day. Well, they wanted he was in a casket and they wanted him cremated after he's been dead 15 years.
Hey, wasn't it where you live, Johnny, where it had rained or like flooded really bad? And,
Nah, we don't get that here.
What's up, Corey?
Nah, we don't get that. You know,
Okay.
I mean,
Right,
we'll
serious
get,
question now.
So they
You buy
wanted him cremated just in case he came back as a zombie.
Oh, you're fucking
I
funny,
don't know.
Brandy.
You know, they wanted
Serious
them.
question here for
Yeah,
Johnny.
They wanted him cremated after. I mean, he'd been dead 15 years. And look, when we dug him up, the guy had his laptop, his cookbook, his
Yep.
watch, his wallet.
good.
Yeah.
All that was in the grave.
It could be that they were moving and they just wanted to take him with them.
Oh, well, no, I think his wife, I think it was his girlfriend, actually wanted him cremated so she could put him on a man.
So she could make sure he was gone.
You what?
Right, but a serious question now.
What?
If you buy a plot, you own that land, yeah?
Well,
You own that piece.
Yeah, right? You own that piece of land.
No. You don't never own the land. You only own the rights to a burial.
Oh, I was going to ask if you was digging a plot. If you was digging a plot out for someone and you found gold or struck oil, who gets the money?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I ain't taking nobody's stuff.
it's like leasehold, isn't it?
And look at this golf cart. They got 6 people on this thing, 3 seats.
Leasehold? What? What are they going to do after like 100 years? Sorry, you didn't pay enough. Get out.
Hey, David.
Actually, yeah, they can.
Yeah, go on, Johnny.
David, I'm gonna take you to a real football stadium, right in the middle of it. I'm talking about we're gonna go right through where you would go in to enter the gate on a golf cart. Strawberry
I've
Stadium.
got a question. Why the fucking hell have you got a American soccer or whatever you call it rugby stadium, right, in the middle of a cemetery?
Because the dead people want to watch the game too, bro.
I'm on campus now.
No, he went down the road a little bit.
I'm in the stadium.
Is this a college campus?
Yes.
Or?
Yep.
Yeah,
So they know who Johnny is.
Oh Lord, I hope
Everybody-
this gate ain't shut
What
down.
happened?
Well, I put it on the dining room table.
Okay.
Oh,
This
it
is
is
where you
shut.
start hearing gunshots and them saying, "Will you get that golf cart off us, bitch?"
I gotta back up. The gate shut.
Oh well.
Hey John, does that golf cart, does it have any subs on it?
Any what?
Any subs on it?
Subs?
Yeah, like-
Subwoofers.
Subwoofer.
What?
Speakers.
Any speakers, like subwoofers, like any tweeters on it? Are there tweeters on there?
Yeah, right there.
Too?
No.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
No, TJ, he can't play loud music. How is the dead people going to be able to sleep?
I mean,
I'm on campus now. Oh wow, it's hot.
What's the temperature?
90.
Oh,
It's 90 here.
Nice.
62% humidity.
But there's the football stadium right there.
Yeah, football. Look, football.
Rugby.
They
Handball.
actually do play soccer there too.
Yeah, they do play soccer. The girls play soccer.
Then the girls play football.
Well, when I went there, it was a soccer championship when I took a picture. So, soccer.
That's our mascot right there, Roomy, the lion.
Oh, that's a big lion.
Yeah, it's bronze. Don't sit on it. I bet you can fry an egg on the back of that thing right now. It gets hot.
Hey, TJ,
Fuck.
is that a male or female?
Huh?
The
It's a
lion,
male.
is it a male or female?
It's a male.
What are you talking about, Ed?
He wasn't watching. He look at it.
No.
Oh.
Boom.
Hey, Dominic, I'm sitting here and I got my shoe off and my foot's sitting out on the side of the
You know
desk.
we can smell your feet.
I felt all of a sudden the dog walk over there, put his paw on top of me, and lay on my foot.
He's letting you know.
Yeah.
He just put his foot on me to say, "I'm coming right in," and lay down on it.
He's playing football.
That yeah, playing football.
The cat's just
That's Loki. That's the one I took in because he was mistreated. But he got his paw on top of my foot, so I won't move it.
Now, actually, he put his foot on there and got the smell. Was like, fuck, and died. Put him to sleep.
You would tell me you love me, huh? I know.
You do know he's not even going to answer you back, don't you?
I like it when school's out. It's so quiet on campus.
You know, every time you speak to your dog, he's saying, "When you pass away, you're my meal. You're gonna be my main meal."
He's gonna eat Joe.
Yeah, I tell you, that place is always noisy when there's people there.
Oh yeah. Well, you got 16,000 students. You got 20,000 people in the city of Hammond, so it's like the population doubles. You know, basically.
Yeah.
Do they have living students there as well?
Do they have what?
Live-in students.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, it's all they got tons of dorms. Yeah, but now school's out right now, so they have to move out for the summer.
They all go home for the summers. That's why he's saying it's so quiet.
Oh, they don't stay there.
No, they don't. They go to like my granddaughter goes to summer school, but they only have it 4 days a week too. So
Yeah, the only time they would stay is if they had like an apartment off campus or something.
yeah.
You know what?
Some students do that.
I'm going to give Bamboo some
got the money.
praise. I think he's done a real good job on that print.
What are you printing now, Dave? If you don't mind me asking.
It's a
soap.
double decker
That's what it
Blackpool
looks
tram.
Oh, cool.
From our
Nice.
end, it just looks like a big white blob of soap.
Hey
Yeah,
Joe,
I think it's a bar of soap. That's what I
Joe.
thought.
Joe, you
what
want to
I
buy a
thought
golf cart? You want to buy a golf
look.
cart?
Well,
How much?
the plan is to paint it and then
I don't
send
know.
it to the Blackpool Tram Museum because they're looking for models for their museum.
It's like a bus.
Feels good on here.
Literally, that's what it is. It's a double decker bus, but they turned it into a tram.
Don't you
No,
have the AMS?
Electrified.
It's got train wheels.
Ow.
Okay, so
Yeah,
they're
so you're gonna have
electrified.
to hand paint it then.
Yeah,
Joe, that's my daughter's
would-
house. My other daughter's house.
I wouldn't
right
use AMS on it
Okay.
anyway. Just to be so many different changes. It
Yeah. Have I met her?
wastes so much filament.
there. Have you met? I don't know if you met Andrew. Craig, my
I don't think I have.
My son-in-law's a
Bamboo. Stop turning my camera off. I need to find out why it's doing that. Every so often, it just turns the camera off.
There might be a timer or something. Look in the settings. Maybe there's some kind of camera timer that's set on. Have you noticed that it feels like it's about the same time every time it shuts off?
No, it's just random.
I'd go in the settings in the camera and see. Maybe there's something turned on.
Good. Heading back to the house.
Well, I'm surprised you guys are allowed to drive that on the road.
You what?
Surprised you guys are allowed to drive that on the road.
Yeah, we are. You can here.
My mom's got a golf cart and she drives hers on the road. They allow them to drive on the road with their golf cart.
Well, there's some places that don't actually allow it, but they look the other way. As long as
No,
they're
we
not
have
doing
we
anything
have we have a permit. You buy a permit for $75 for 2 years, and you as long as you have insurance, you can ride.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's
okay.
some places where you can actually get a plate for it too.
That's why I go. Well, we don't have a plate. No, you don't want a plate because that's a whole nother thing with the state. But you get what they call it's a low speed vehicle thing.
But do you have to have insurance on it in order to drive it on
Yes,
the road?
you do. You do have to have insurance. See right here it says City of Hammond Police.
Aha.
Actually, my permit expires in the 6 months coming up.
Bit like a disabled mobility scooter.
It's just called a low speed vehicle.
Yeah.
You know that expires this month, right?
No, that's it. No, this is the 5th month.
Oh yeah, no.
From May, June. No, it's June now.
First,
No,
yeah,
no,
the
it's May.
first
June
June,
It ain't
21st.
June. It ain't
first
June
of
till.
June is next Sunday.
Shut
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
No
The
wonder why
25th.
he don't. Now we know why he knows that he don't know the difference
Maybe
between a
June
football and
in
soccer.
Australia.
Yeah, it is.
Whoa.
That wasn't
Just-
David, that was me.
It was Justin. You pack it in.
That was
Stop
Justin.
blaming
Yeah.
me for everything.
Justin didn't know the. Well, the first is what, Sunday, I think.
Yeah.
So do
Yeah.
you have to, does it like go by your birthday or something?
What's that?
Like your registration for it, or does it just end at the beginning of the month?
I don't know. It just says expires 6/25. I mean, I don't know. That's probably the last day of June.
It's usually the last day.
Yeah, because that's going to be June of 2025. So that's what I'm saying. Like down here, our car
June 25
registrations,
could be.
stickers will
25th
say,
of June.
well, like our car registrations will say 10/25, but it literally expires on my birthday, the 24th of October.
This happens to this. Oh,
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it goes.
So
It goes
by your
4 months
birthday.
after, right?
Yeah.
Oh, backwards.
I ain't worried about that
Yeah,
permit.
yeah, all their numbers are around the wrong way.
Yeah.
Most people don't even worry about the permit, but I try to do it right, you know.
Yeah, you got to do the right thing.
Yeah, here it goes by 4 months after your birthday.
Right, where the
Oh no,
fuck
ours
am I
is
getting
right on our
second?
birthday. They just go by your birthday when they. So if you register it, say 6 months after your birthday, you register a new car you got. The registration's only good for 6 months.
Oh wow!
But our registrations are so cheap here; it don't matter. Like to register my car is either $32 a year or 64
Yeah.
for 2 years.
You,
Oh, wow.
you register a vehicle when it's brand new. That's the number plate it keeps for the rest of its life.
Well,
Oh,
that's cheap over there. I paid 13, almost 14 for a year for my truck.
No, we got they go by weight. A truck would run you probably $60-$70 a year.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
But we don't even pay state
Yeah, you don't want
taxes
to
here,
know.
Ed.
Wow.
And we
don't
get
know.
half off on all tolls for being Florida residents. We don't even
Yeah,
pay
but
pool
what,
tolls.
what do you get there though with that for your insurance?
Now insurance is high in Florida because we're one of the worst states for. I think we're the highest for uninsured motorists. So our insurance is pretty high here.
Okay.
So for me and Sarah, for just basic liability, you'd be looking at about 170, 180 a month for both of us together.
my car insurance is.
No, I'm saying like
£68 a month for the BM.
here we have here we pay auto pack. I pay for almost $1,400, and I get free deductible if my windshield smashes. If you hit me on the ass, the person that hits you in the ass will pay for your car, and my deductible is only $200.
Well, see, you got to be careful with the rear ending thing because these days that can be disputed with a dash cam. And two, in some states, if you're 3/4 already over in the lane, like say, there's been people that have claimed that it wasn't their fault because they rear-ended somebody because they were switched lanes in front of them.
Yeah.
If they're 3/4 already in the lane, then it's going to be your fault.
Yeah,
So
here it doesn't matter. Here, if you hit somebody on the ass, you're paying for it. And if
No.
somebody else, like let's say you get into an accident, let's say I get into an accident, I hit the guy in front of me, and the guy behind me hits me, he has to pay the damage for my car, and I pay the damage for the other guy's car.
No,
See,
here
Johnny.
it goes. No, here it goes. Like if I have a dash cam and you brake check me, and I rear end you, then that's my proof, and then it will end up being your fault.
2 months ago.
So the dash. That's why so
Press
many
filter
people are using
replacement.
dash cams these days.
Oh, wow, not here.
As long as you can prove it.
Yeah, we fitted a dash cam that has 2 cameras, one at the front and the dash, and one at the back, in the back window.
Oh, and if you hit someone in the parking lot, it's 50-50. Doesn't matter whose fault it is.
That's one of the reasons why I do like how Teslas have the all around camera systems. What do you call it? Sentry mode. You can turn it on, and they got like 5 or 6 cameras around the car, so it can see all the different angles.
Step away from the vehicle.
Yeah, no, those are freaky cars.
But no, if somebody brake checks me and I got a dash cam and the cops see that it was them that was causing it, then the cops can write in their report that it was their fault. As the insurance company is going to go by whatever the cops deem who was at fault. So.
No, you dropped off.
What's
You
that?
dropped off, Johnny.
Yeah, Johnny dropped off.
I didn't do it. Hello, Frank.
Yeah, and they're getting rid of they're also getting rid of property tax in Florida too. You won't have to
damn
pay
it.
property taxes on your home anymore.
Oh, nice.
And they're just gonna pass that on to the
I'm gonna go in.
tourists, because we get about 140, 150 million visitors every year. So they're
Mhm.
gonna put a small little tax on the tourism tax, which will amount to, you know, it will end up covering that cost, so the residents of Florida don't have to make it up somewhere else. 'Cause
So
that's it.
don't visit Florida because you'll end up paying for the Florida's tax people.
Well, the thing is like, it's always nice when they say, oh, we're gonna cut taxes, but a lot of times they'll cut it from one section and just add it somewhere else, and you don't
Yep.
notice it. So you end up paying it anyway, but the way they're gonna do it is they're gonna pass that cost on to tourism. So that no residents will have to pay anything to cover that. Because, like I said, we get almost half the United States population every year in tourism.
Wake up,
And
TJ.
just to add a 25 or 50 cent tax onto, say, a hotel bill,
Only person sleeps here
for
is
a
Paul.
tourism tax, it's not going to make or break somebody's vacation.
Rubbing the dirt out of my
But
eye.
it will add to hundreds
okay.
of millions, if not billions of dollars every year. You know, it'll add up real quick. You know, somebody
Tell you
that's
what, I'm
going,
looking at this video. I'm glad I didn't see no Osprey back up in there.
dude, it's not gonna, it's not gonna
Yeah.
be that kind of taxes, Randy. Like, it'll literally be like a 50 cent tax onto your hotel or something like that. It's not nothing that, if you're gonna bring a whole family on vacation and you're spending 15, 20 grand on a vacation, which a lot of people do when they come to Florida, they ain't gonna notice a couple extra dollars. That's the
Yeah.
whole point.
You know,
You
add
know?
another $10 to the room for the South Florida drone meetup.
But that's the whole point, though. They don't really notice it, and then it doesn't get passed on to the residents as a different tax.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
I'd
Yeah,
like
we
to
get
live in this
about
house.
100. We're averaging 140 to 150
Right
million
here.
visitors a year. So I said roughly half the
Oh, that's
population of
nice.
the U.S.
Yeah.
That's a nice
I'd like to
shot.
live there.
Yeah.
The
150
population,
I thought you
million.
was being sarcastic then, TJ.
the population's only
No,
330 million.
that is a
Randy.
really good shot, actually.
No, I thought you was being sarcastic
6
to
times
Justin
the
when he
size of
said
Australia. Going to
get all these
Florida.
visitors.
Mrs. Brown.
It's a better
But
shot.
that,
Yeah. Yeah. So
Was that a pool? Is that a pool in the front, or like what was that?
Yeah, they've got a pool too.
yeah,
Oh,
TJ,
damn.
when somebody says that's nice over here, it means fuck off.
Yeah.
but that's
Oh,
not
really?
all U.S. people. I'm just saying, I was using the U.S.
Like,
population as
do
an
the Mrs.
example.
Boys.
That's kind of strange.
It's
That's
not really
nice.
TJ. It's just
That's nice.
Nice.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
we got
No.
a TV program called Mrs. Brown's Boys,
Yeah.
and in one of the episodes, because she always says that's nice. Yeah, in one of the episodes, the vicar goes, "Why do you always say that's nice?" And she goes, "Well, it's rude when you want to tell people to fuck off. So when you want to tell people to fuck off, I say that's nice." And then they all
Yeah.
realize that she's just been telling them to fuck off all the time.
But Randy, if you look at the average cost that people spend on a vacation to Florida for a family of 5, it's usually between like $12,000 to $15,000 is normally what they'll spend for a family of 5. They're going by that metric.
I wouldn't pay that kind of money for a fucking holiday.
People do though. That's what I'm saying. So
Mhm.
that's why I said when you add an extra 50 cents or even $1 onto a tourism tax onto a hotel room, it's not noticeable by most of those people. They don't care, you know.
Half a year's week.
Oh yeah, for sure. I agree with you, Mark. I wouldn't want to spend that much on a fucking vacation either unless I had that kind of money. That's crazy.
Can we just confirm here we're calling it holiday, not vacation?
Yeah, it's a holiday.
But no, a holiday is a certain day of the year that you
No,
would
it's
take
not.
a vacation
No,
on the
we
holiday.
go on
It's a public
holidays.
holiday.
I'm gonna sign in with
Yeah.
on the
There
computer.
we go again, motherfucker. All right.
It's a public holiday.
Yeah, we were
Until a holiday.
averaging, they said about a decade ago, Randy, we were averaging like 80 or
I had.
90, but it's actually gone up by about 40 or 50 in the past like 8 years.
It dropped off.
Yeah.
And it's coming back.
Did Paul ever say he was leaving for the ship, or he just left?
No, he left.
Yeah, he didn't
I
say.
know. I don't remember him saying he was leaving.
Nope.
No, he didn't. He just went by. You know what?
I thought he went to already get the ship or whatever.
I can't
Must
believe
have
how
been
well
another
this tram actually printed.
But you also got to remember, probably a good third of that is probably Disney World. The rest of it's like the Keys, Miami, Orlando itself, not just Disney World, because you got a lot of theme parks there. Plus, we get a lot of visitors just to my city every year. We get a few million a year come through our city because of Legoland.
Oh, okay.
So,
Busch Gardens.
you got Universal. Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Yeah. The thing is about Lego, they line up for blocks.
You fucking stupid, Dominic.
I had to say it. I had to say it.
Yeah, and you know, Legoland's ultimate goal is they actually want to rival Disney World in size.
Well,
They've been buying up properties all around our city and adding shit.
we've got a Legoland, but we haven't got a Disney World.
Yeah, we got Legoland.
Well,
we are getting a Disney World.
I want to go there and build a bunch of shit.
You would get a Disneyland because there's one Disney World and there's only like 4 or 5 Disneylands around the world.
Yeah, Disney World is one of them.
And one of them's in California. It'd be Disneyland, not Disney World.
No,
Disneyland is in California.
No, you're wrong.
Yeah,
They are doing a joint venture with Universal and Disney, and it's going to be called Disney and Universal World.
Right, but they're never going to label another Disney property Disney World itself by itself.
Yeah.
You're talking about a joint venture. That makes sense.
Well, they might do when Universal pull out, because that's what Universal did with the Universal World just across the river from us.
Yeah, same here.
They keep planning on these fucking things.
Well, they're all interconnected to a certain
Supposed
point.
to be one here.
Because like Lego does a lot of Disney stuff, and vice versa. So yeah.
Hey, y'all remember how I told y'all I'm on the grid with the hospital? Electric grid. My daughter says, "You got electricity?" I said, "Yes." She goes, "Of course you do." So what are you talking about? She says, "There's 200,000 people in South Louisiana now out of power, from the North Shore all the way into New Orleans."
Okay.
It's a load ship. What they're doing is they're shutting it down for a while.
Yeah, we have that.
But we're on the hospital grid, so they can't do it. I ain't never moving. That's what I said. I love it here because when electricity goes out, it usually comes right back. That's crazy. Justin on the other end of Mandeville said they're all out there. Madisonville's out. Up where my daughter's at, up where the boyfriend's dad's at, all of that's out of power. Probably where my brother lives. That's crazy.
And what's really cool too is some of the grocery stores like Publix and Walmart and stuff. Sometimes Legoland actually brings in some of their pre-built statues out of Legos, and they'll put them on display in the store. You can go up and look at them and stuff. Yeah, Legoland's expanding pretty good. They're trying to buy up a lot of properties around the park. Like I said, my city's going to look like Orlando in just a couple of years. It's already doubled in size. Actually, it's probably tripled in size in the 10 years I've been here. And we're from the 3rd fastest growing county. We're now number 1 in the whole country. I'm just waiting to start seeing some.
Yeah, it says over
skyscrapers.
100,000 out of power.
Oh wow. From what though? What happened?
It said energy says it's caused by a load shed, which is when the power grid is too close to capacity.
Yep. Load sharing, they do that here.
See, if you didn't piss off the Canadians, it'd give you more power.
Well, this is the deal. It's not even freaking August yet.
Yeah, but the Canadians don't power us down this way. They have like 4 or 5 states up at the border that they sell power to.
We sell it to all of you guys, no?
No, it's 4 or 5 key states up at the top.
Yeah, I know. I'm only joking.
It's like New York, I think.
Ed, can you
I
pack
know
it in
Michigan.
joking? Justin doesn't know what joke means.
Shut up. But they just signed a thing the other day. There's some companies now that are going to start building some nuclear. They're going to start going back to nuclear power here. And they got some
Good.
experimental nuclear reactors that they're going to test out.
Great. We got targets to hit. When you piss our king off and try and take our Canada.
Hey, buddy, you got to get in our airspace first. Unfortunately, we monitor all Canada's airspace too. So
we're in. We're already in. Don't worry about it.
They're saying it'll probably be restored by 7 p.m. tonight, which is over another hour.
Wow.
And it's 90 degrees.
It's not. I mean, that's not bad though for a power outage that size. The timetable for
Yeah. What it is that since they got word that it alarmed them that it's getting ready to overload, so they started shutting things down.
Yeah, they're trying to save the rest of the grid from getting fucked up.
Now, our insurance companies would never allow that to happen over here because they would end up with this massive bill to replace everybody's food that got ruined in the freezer when the electric went out.
Well, it's not long. It's not long enough.
No, see, you have to have homeowners insurance that covers shit like that, or renters.
Well,
insurance.
we do. It's included in our homeowners insurance.
Just like the power companies actually offer insurance through them too, where they'll cover food and any kind of appliances. They'll have a list of appliances they cover. And if there's a power surge or something happens, like where it's a really bad surge and it happens to fry your shit, they'll pay to replace everything. And you pay like a little amount each month on your power bill, like a little insurance fee. It's a few times I've seen it wasn't that much. It was like $20 a month or $10 a month or something you paid, and it was just kind of an insurance policy. If they fucked anything up, they'd come in and replace anything that got fried. Because it doesn't happen very often, so they're not losing any money. So, but it's always there if you need it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Joel.
Yeah. What?
How do I delete these pictures from the Neo?
I thought
I know how to do it on a controller. I don't know how to do it from the phone.
Yeah, I thought she was actually going to say from something else. Then I was going to say you have to go into your cookies and delete them there.
So can I hook the cable to the computer and download them to the computer and then delete them?
You should be able to.
So.
Well, the Neo should pop up as a drive when you plug it in, right?
Yeah, it will.
Yeah, so you should be able to delete them through there.
Oh, okay. Because I downloaded all the photos into my phone. Now I just gotta.
Yeah, just
figure
plug
out
it
how
into
to
the
delete.
computer, click on your list of drives, find the Neo, click on it, and you should be able to go.
It's
in
going to
there
be a
and delete 'em.
DCIM file, I think. DCIM. Okay. Thank you, guys.
Well, folder.
Yeah, that's what I
Nice
mean.
folder.
I don't know what I would do without you guys.
I think there'll be more than one folder though.
Probably have less headaches.
No. I don't get
If you'd
it.
been here this morning, you would have had a headache.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I heard you got into a bit of a bust up with Paul this morning.
There could be subfolders in there too, Mark, where he clicks on that and there'd be multiple folders within that one.
So how did you upset Paul, Joe?
Because he was saying, I can't remember all of it, but he said something about, yeah, I gotta go throw peanuts to the squirrels. But he didn't have any peanuts the other day, so he had to go buy them, and he's overdrawn. So that's what pissed me off.
And then Paul got mad at Joe for saying that, and I told Paul, I said,
Yeah, and
well,
he
to be
jumped
fair,
in.
you put
Thank
all
you.
your business out there,
That's right.
so you can't
I
expect
was just
people not
about to come in
comment
when
on
you said that. Then he jumped all over me on that. I was about to come in right before he said that.
it. Yeah, because that's why I told Paul. I said, to be fair, I said, you put all your business out there. I said, and
No.
you don't expect people to
I
comment.
just
on
want to point out, people say that there's only arguments and debates on this channel when I'm about. I wasn't about this morning. Just want to put it out there.
Wait, what happened this morning?
Oh, for God's sake, TJ.
Weren't you listening?
Just go back and watch.
Kind of. I heard Paul went and bought some peanuts or whatever for the birds.
Just go back and
then-
watch this morning's stream.
Peanuts
You'll
for the
see.
squirrel.
Yeah.
But he was complaining his bank account was overdrawn.
And the other thing he got me was Ron said something. He said something about he didn't know what he's going to do with Boone because he don't know much how long he's got. So he didn't know if anybody's going to be able to take care of Boone. Again, throwing that shit out there. You know, and he said something about Boone. He said, well, Ron said it could be worse. He could be in a 5x7 cage. He said, yeah, that's where I got him from, a shelter with a cage. And he told everybody he got him from relatives. So, yep. How many ships you flew?
5 today.
That's where you were just now?
No, I went out and mowed the front lawn.
Yeah, because we didn't know where you went.
Fucking random. I swear.
Because the sun's out and it's 58 degrees, and I went out like this and I got on the zero turn and mowed the lawn. So
Nice.
That's better. It could have been 90 degrees.
but you know what? The extra medications I've been taking seems to help the back a little bit as far as the back pain.
Oh, good.
Are they actually giving you pain meds?
Yeah.
Those are.
I don't know what it is, but it's good stuff. I got urinary tract infection stuff, and I got
just antibiotics.
blood pressure,
Mm-hmm.
and I got. This is the pain pills. It's Celecorex XB 200 milligrams.
Yeah, one of those long ass names that you don't know how to pronounce.
DELECOXIB 200 milligram capsules.
Heard of those?
I mean, it's impressive. But it is.
Yeah, Randy.
Why don't they just call it pain medication, you know?
Yeah, it is.
It's like these.
It is Brenda, isn't it? Truly unlike me.
These chemical people that make that stuff, it's like they're in their own little world. You know, the rest of the world, we don't understand what the hell they're saying, you know?
Yeah.
Well, like I
Non-steroid
said,
anti-inflammatory.
as much as you think you know about yourself, you kind of have to trust your doctors to a certain extent.
Well, I
And if
do,
you
but you
don't,
know, here's a
you
funny
have
part.
to
You'll like,
go get a
you know
second
what my
opinion.
doctor's name is?
What?
Dr. Justin?
Dr. Cut.
Dr. Cut?
Yeah.
Because you know, I've
Well, at
seen
least he
more.
ain't Dr. Cutthroat.
I have met more people in my life that said the doctors are whack. They don't know what they're talking about, but they never take the shit the doctor tells them to take, and the problem
Yeah.
persists.
So
Every time
I
I've
didn't-
ever been to the doctor for something, whether it been an infection or whatever, and they prescribe me the medication and I took it like they said, the problem went away.
Yeah.
So I'm not
But
saying
I
don't
that's
didn't
know
know
for
what that
everybody.
pill was. I'd never heard the name
I
before.
just want to point out, guys, I take my medication quite regular, and my problem is not going away. I can still hear Justin.
Hey, Justin,
But
Justin.
no, I'm just
I
talking
did.
minor things because I've never had the
Yeah, I
worst
know what
thing
you're
I've
on
ever
about.
had as a
You
kidney
see,
stone.
when it comes to antibiotics, I take them.
Leave Justin alone, okay, David?
When it
He
comes
only
to
has crabs,
my,
okay?
when it comes to my antidepressants, I take them when I fucking feel like it. Yeah.
Hey, Justin, I didn't
And
know
then
what
when it
that pill was till I looked it up. It says it's a non-steroid anti-inflammatory to relieve pain conditions like arthritis, menstrual pain, and migraines. So that explains a lot.
It's not a it's not a
Ibuprofen.
It's
it's
a
not a
NSAID.
it's
NSAID.
a non-narcotic though, right?
It's non-narcotic.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
afternoon, Lance.
So
Good
when
evening.
you start taking 48 tablets a day, then you know you've got issues.
So they gave it to Paul for either migraines, arthritis, or menstrual pain. So that explains a lot.
Because I know
Well,
people.
I don't care. I don't care what they call it, Joe. It seems to help along
It's
with.
good.
I'm still
That's what
taking.
matters.
I'm still taking the other pills too.
But my question, can you take the other pills with it?
Yes.
You
Now,
said that?
Randy, I've had doctors that were just script writers, and I've had doctors that really genuinely took their job serious and would make you do a battery of tests before they would decide what to put you on. Like the doctor that I was recently going to, she would not just put you on something. She wanted to make sure that that was exactly what was wrong with you. Unless it was something minor like an infection or something, but if it was something serious, she was very adamant about not putting you. She did not like pain meds. She refused to write pain meds. She would try to put you through a pain management course first. Like, you know what I'm saying? She wasn't just about writing scripts to people. Sometimes you get doctors that are just like that, but then I think a vast majority of them do really give a shit. I mean, why would you go to so many years of med school and go through all that schooling? You know what I'm saying? Like it's not an easy job
And my
to get.
doctor is my age, so he's no young spring chicken either.
I think the vast majority of doctors are generally trying to do their job.
Yep. Doing the
as they're
best they
supposed
can
to,
for you.
the
Yep.
best they can with what they have. But there are bad doctors out there. But that's any field. There's bad cops. There's bad firefighters. There's bad teachers.
Yep.
Every field has bad people.
And then there's Justin.
I'm gonna kick you in your.
Be careful when you're taking it. What are you taking it with, Paul? What are you taking it with? The leave?
Yeah.
It says that it could cause taking it with any kind of other like that drug, like the leave, could cause stomach bleeding, ulcers.
I haven't had any issues with it, so.
Well, you just started taking it, right?
No, when did I come back from the doctors?
I've only ever had one bad reaction.
But if you don't cut back on the leave, it might cause the stomach problems.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I've ever only had one bad reaction from medication. It was
Because
from blood
what
pressure.
the doctor told me, Joe,
Got a
was
dry cough that was real bad.
if the pain gets bad enough, go ahead and take the other medication that you have.
You have gastrointestinal effects,
But
bleeding,
see, I
ulcerations.
also got to go see him in a month, so.
But that's the thing is if he just got on it, some of those side effects he probably wouldn't see for a couple of months being on it.
But it also means don't take a leave with it every time.
No, I don't. I take the the prescribed medication as needed, and then I take 2 or 3 a leave in the afternoon or evening, Because the pain pills is only 1 a day, and I take that in the morning.
One of the things I like that the administration has done the last month was one of their bills was to get drug costs way down, because they want to cut them by like anywhere between 70 to 90%. Cut the cost of medications.
Hey, Brenda Sunstar says that she loves her doctor, but it's all money.
Yeah.
Yes, same as mine. I love my
But
doctor.
you got to
She's-
understand too that these doctors are they come into a, what do you want to call it? Like a already built system, and they have to navigate through that system. And unfortunately, that's the only system they have, so. And
Mine, she's really good.
like I said, unfortunately, the U.S. health system is a double-edged sword. A lot of innovation comes out of the U.S. health system that really helps people around the world. But in the other side of it is it's a very expensive, costs a lot of money, and we tend to pay a little bit higher in costs of medical. We don't. But the whole argument about we don't have free healthcare is bullshit, because we do have free healthcare. It's called Medicaid.
That's
And
why you guys had to move to Canada. It's free.
Well, like all my kids have Medicaid, it's all paid for by the government. Granted, I pay that in taxes, just like everybody else that works. It's not free. Nothing's free. But that's why a lot of European countries will have taxes way higher than us, because somebody's paying for it. At some point you're going to pay for it, whether it's in taxes or whatever.
I refuse to pay anything.
Like Dominic, didn't you say you guys have to pay so much a year? Don't you have to pay?
That's private health insurance. We do have bulk billing on various doctor's appointments. And some of them you pay for it, and then they give you a rebate on it, depending on what doctor it is. Some are bulk billing, some are co-pay, and some you have to pay for depending on if you got private health or not.
But now you guys have said that your private insurance, which would be kind of similar to what everybody over here does.
Yeah.
Now your wait times and everything are a lot better on that because you're paying out of pocket.
Oh, yeah. If you pay for it, yeah.
That's the double-edged sword I'm talking about. You guys, we don't really have the long wait periods like you guys do with the privatized insurance.
Just really depends.
Here, you can go to the hospital and wait in an emergency room for 12 hours to see a doctor.
Well, now emergency rooms aren't always the best over here either, but I'm saying to get a test done usually doesn't take months and months and months. It might take, you call and schedule an appointment for 2 weeks out or something.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them you can get done same day. It just depends.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, same over here. Some stuff.
Depends what you're getting. Like if you're getting an MRI, you wait. Most people wait 6 to 4 months.
Yeah, so you would never have to wait that long over here to get an MRI.
Like if you need X-rays done and blood done, you get the next day you get it done. And we pay for private insurance here too. Like if you go to a hospital to have surgery and you don't want to be in a waiting room with other people, you have a private insurance that'll put you on your room by yourself.
All right. Which tells me your standard of care and speediness of it is better if you have privatized, but of course you're paying out of pocket for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And if you have private insurance, if you take the ambulance, you don't have to pay for it. The insurance pays for it. But if you don't, it's $200.
All our ambulances are free.
We have to pay a ambulance membership. It's like $50 a year.
Yeah, and ambulances aren't cheap either.
No,
Yeah, not here.
$3 and $4 grand if you.
I'm going to be honest, I've never tried to buy one.
I used to own a couple of them.
This is the last time I do.
Shit, because over here, if you go to a hospital and you don't have any money, you're completely broke. They'll actually come in. The billing people will come into the room and actually try to sign you up for, or try to get you on some government program.
Yeah, they've got all the phone numbers to everybody. Yep.
Yeah, and they'll try to get you on something. People talk about how expensive it is to have a baby over here. If you're broke and you have no insurance, they'll just put you on Medicaid, and then that pays for everything. Now, granted,
Yeah.
like I said, it's not technically free because somebody's paying for it in taxes, but they will pay for everything for you, your stay and everything.
Oh, cool.
It's not like broke people go into a hospital that are pregnant and all of a sudden they get stuck with an $80,000 bill. It don't work like that.
So what happens if you break an arm and a leg and you can't afford it? They still fix it?
You got to treat you.
Yeah, it's a federal law. If you go into an emergency room, they have to treat you, period.
Okay.
And if it's like a broken leg and it needs surgery in order to put it back in place, they'll do it right there at the hospital, or they'll transfer you to another hospital that can do it.
Yeah. If it's life threatening, they gotta make sure they can't release you to any place if it's life threatening.
Oh,
If
okay.
it's not life threatening, they could treat it, but they don't have to keep you.
Right.
In other words, if it's like a broken arm or something, they're gonna have to fix it. Or if they for some reason they don't do it, they can't just tell you to leave. You gotta go to another place and they gotta set it up for you.
Oh, okay, I see.
Right.
But you're gonna get if you don't have insurance and you break an arm, you're gonna get your arm set.
Yeah.
Now the only
Well,
difference is if they called me on an ambulance to go pick you up with a broken arm and you don't have insurance, I don't have to pick you up because it's not life threatening.
What?
And I'll tell you straight out, I will take you, but you're gonna get a $2,600 bill. You know, that's how it is. Because I had one kid that broke his wrist, and you can see it was broken. And he said he could barely move it. I looked at it, and I told the mom, she said, "Well, I got to get him to the hospital." I said, "You have a car? You need a driver." Because if I take his blood pressure, it's going to cost you $2,600.
Oh shit.
Yep.
I said, "I don't want to do that to you because you don't look like you can afford it." Because they were in public housing. It was really bad, you know. And I said, I can show you what to do right now. I said, I asked him if it was hurting him. I said, all you got to do is get some ice. I gave him an ice pack. I could do that. Gave him a couple ice packs. And I said, take some gauze. They had gauze. I said, just wrap it, keep it in place, and bring him to the hospital.
Yeah.
It's going to relieve the pain like that, and he'll get it set. They'll set it. I saw him a little while later. It was the same hospital I worked out of. I saw him a little while later. He's walking around with a cast.
Well,
Mom
and
said, thank you so much.
And the one good thing about Medicaid, like say, and I'm surprised the person in the public housing wasn't even on Medicaid, to be honest.
Joe,
They
when
ain't doing
you
it right
saw
if
him
they weren't.
afterwards, did they thank you?
Yeah, the mom thanked me for not putting him in the unit because she was talking to the doctor and said, yeah. And she said the paramedic said it came out and they said he wouldn't take me. He said he couldn't take me because it was going to cost so much money and it wasn't life threatening that I could just go to the hospital. He said, well, he did you a favor because you would have had a $2,600 bill.
What surprises
that.
me though is the person in public housing was not on Medicaid. Obviously, they didn't file for all their benefits because they could have easily got on Medicaid. Because the one good thing about Medicaid is it will go back. I think it's either 6 months or a year, and they'll pay all your previous bills up to that point.
Yeah, they'll do that.
Like-
I don't know why. I know she didn't have any insurance. Knew that. Nothing. No Medicaid, anything.
Because usually, the broker you are, the easier it is to get on Medicaid.
'Cause if we had somebody on Medicaid, soon we walk in the house, I'd say, what's going on? She go, this is what's happening with me, and I got to call it. I got to call it. That's what she would say. Anybody with Medicaid, I got to call it. But we already knew if they had Medicaid, just take them, you know.
Yeah,
We're gonna get paid, and they're gonna get treated. It needs to be that way. It is. I feel like I'm saying it needs to be that way, but it is that way in an emergency. If I'd have walked in there and it was life threatening, he's in my unit, and then she could have the bill, even though she's gonna get a bill, is a whole different story. They're not if she can't afford it, they're not gonna pursue her as hard as if she didn't need the unit and she insisted on it.
Yeah, right.
And I'm all for,
then they're gonna say, "You're gonna pay us."
and like I said, I'm all for people getting assistance. If they're out there working, then that's fine because they're paying their part in the society. They're doing their thing. They need some help with food, whatever. I'm not against that.
Do they get treated differently because they don't have insurance?
No.
Or is it,
Nope.
I never saw
You didn't want me.
They're not going to look down on you or anything or treat you like crap.
You jumped
'cause
straight off me.
Yeah, they're
No.
all fine.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
They'll treat you exactly the same as somebody that's got grade A insurance.
Oh, that's good.
Because I told her, I said, I'll give you the route. I'll put them in a unit and bring them down the street. The hospital was 4 blocks away.
Well,
I said,
the
I'll bring you
thing,
4 blocks. I said, but when you get the $2,600 bill, it's really gonna hurt you like that.
well, the thing
I
is,
said,
Ed. Oh, go ahead.
no, I just told him, I said, just let's wrap it up. And I said, you wrap it up like that. And I gave her the stuff and told her what to do. She put it on there and wrapped it. And I said, that way I don't touch it.
Well, and the thing is, Ed, too, is like government insurance, Medicaid is guaranteed payment. The hospital's going to get their money, so they would rather work with somebody like that than somebody who has no insurance that they'll probably never see the money for. So, but they won't turn you away. I mean, even if you don't have insurance, they're not going to come in the room and be like, all right, you know, you don't have insurance, you got to go sit in a chair in the hall. You're not allowed to sit in the bed. They don't treat you like that. And they're just as caring with you as anybody else.
We're going to put you on the float.
It's mainly the way they treat people in the hospitals is it's by priority. So if I go in there and I have a broken finger, but Joe comes in complaining of chest pains, they're going to take Joe before me.
I'm going first.
It doesn't matter who has the best insurance at that point. It's just priority.
Priority.
Yeah.
Comes down to triage.
Because if you walk into any emergency room and tell them you have chest pains, you'll go right to the back. They don't fucking make you sit there or nothing. They will take you straight to the back.
Right to the back of the queue? Yeah, go on, fuck off. You're going to die anyway. Go on, back to the back of the queue. We need these guys that are going to pay us.
Yeah, if you're complaining of any heart issues, they take that as high priority. You'll get immediately taken to the back.
Yeah, triage always does that. They give you a priority system.
Well, the last time I went in with chest pains, when I had that heart attack, I went in and told them I was having chest pains. She says, okay. I said, yeah, I gave all this, everything that I got off of the reading, the inverted P wave, the whole thing. And she just looks at me, rolled her eyes, walked me to the back, didn't put me in a chair to go in the back. Just walk. I could walk because I could walk in the hospital. I walked to the back, sat there. Then the nurses give me those rolling eyes again. And then the doctor comes in, checks the EKG and everything. And she goes, check the troponin levels. Like he said, he's having a heart attack. I said, thank you. You know, I already knew it. But it was, I had been having a heart attack for a couple of days, but it wasn't bad enough. I thought it was an ingestion. But when I knew it was, when I woke up that morning, I hadn't eaten anything. I said, okay, it's got to be a heart attack. I was just lucky it wasn't one of them that will kill you.
See, that's what they did with my grandma. Unfortunately, they misdiagnosed her with indigestion, and it turned out to be a heart issue, and she ended up dying a couple days later from a heart attack.
Yeah, I only had an 85% blockage.
It's crazy how a heart attack is such a serious thing. Indigestion really isn't that big of a thing, but they can be misconstrued between the two.
You're right.
You know? It's just crazy that those two can be misconstrued like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I missed it. The doctor missed it, and it's me. You know, I missed it. Yeah, and I kept saying I'm belching. It gave me stuff, acid reflux, everything, and it would work a little while. Then what I was having was probably because it was 85% blockage. It was probably 80%. It was probably letting me know I'm getting ready to clog up on you. And that day it was at the game. I'm working the game. I moved from one end of the field to the other real fast. Got on the end, and I was sitting there holding my chest. Coach looks at me and says, "You all right?" I said, "I don't know." I said, "I think it's indigestion." I said, "But if I hit the ground, let them know I'm having a heart attack." And he just turned around and looked at me like, "Oh, Lord." And I worked the game.
Was your arms numb? Anything?
No, I didn't have none of that. Just had right here.
Oh, and then they also have what they call cost to share Medicaid, which is kind of half and half. It's you pay, they pay a portion of it, and then you just pay a little portion. So like say your bill's $1,000, they'll pay like 900 of it, but you have to pay the other 100. So that's for somebody that's not quite in the considered poor range, but they're a little bit higher tax bracket, but they still qualify for Medicaid. So they'll be in the cost to share program. So they have that as well. They'll pay for like 90% of your bills, but then you got to pay a little portion of it. You have to cover the rest.
What are you doing tomorrow, there, Justin? What are you eating tomorrow?
I don't know. I don't know if we're doing anything tomorrow, to be honest.
I gotta work tomorrow, which kind of sucks, but.
I know, tell me about
But
it.
here's my question to you, TJ. Do you think it'll be busy on a holiday like that in your store?
There'll be more people off probably.
I'm not sure. It's a store, like I've said before, it's a small store, so I'm not really sure.
The only thing that TJ would probably be selling a lot of tomorrow is going to be
Ice
shit the other.
cream?
No, it'll be the shit the other stores are out of. They might come in there to get hamburger buns, hot dog buns, charcoal.
Okay.
You close.
Things
You
like
close
that.
to the beach,
we
right?
have charcoal, but we don't have like, yeah, we have hot dog buns and
Yeah,
hamburger
so
buns.
like, because Walmart, all the big stores are going to run out of that shit real quick. So
Yeah.
they're going to end up coming into the smaller gas stations and smaller stores looking for it.
What a lot of people do, because some people don't like to come out of their houses or whatever, so they do online shopping, and we get the orders through these little
Do they deliver?
No,
it's
an
pickup.
Uber
Or
guy,
DoorDash or Uber.
yeah, DoorDash. Come back,
Or they can come to the store and pick it up already bagged up, ready to go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cash and carry.
Would you buy the beach or buy a beach? Did you say
we're right across. We're right across the street from the beach.
Yeah, you'll have
Yeah.
people out there, so you'll be busy.
Yeah, because like I said, it's going to be products that you got to associate with barbecuing and parties. They're going to be in there looking for. Yeah, they're going to be in there looking for sodas,
like
cups.
last minute things or whatever.
Yeah, like paper plates, cups.
We had an order
hamburgers.
today that somebody had ordered, like, I don't know, I think it was like 10 things of paper plates or whatever. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, you're going to get people coming in looking for that kind of stuff. Like your medicine and all that stuff's just going to be everyday shoppers, but
yeah,
like it's going to be all your what do you want to call it? All your consumable products,
right?
Is what you're going to be selling a lot of tomorrow.
Because we do have ketchup and mustard and relish and all that.
There's been times I've done that where we went to go get last minute things and Walmart didn't have it. And we had to find some little rink-a-dink store somewhere to get it at.
Rink-a-dink store.
Yeah.
Like either one of the dollar stores or like a Walgreens or CVS or something like that, you know.
So, Justin, what did you call it? Rinky-dink shopping?
Rink-a-dink.
Yeah.
Rink-a-dink.
Yeah, I'm gonna do hot dogs and chili with cheese and jalapenos tomorrow.
Wow.
With corn on the cob and maybe some tater tots.
Now, just you or?
Just me. I ain't going nowhere. I don't want nobody to come over here.
I didn't know if your daughter was coming over or the grandbaby or.
Just go over
If they don't get the electricity back, they will.
Hey, just show up tomorrow at Johnny's house. You'll be all right.
Yeah, I was about to say that he's going to go over there and get a plate from Johnny's.
Yeah.
I'm surprised my brother hasn't. He might have invited us. He's probably got it at his house. If he didn't invite me, he's going to do it tomorrow. I haven't paid attention to it all day.
Believe it. I've got some
I
burgers.
have power.
And I've got some half pound burgers.
So what special day is it for you guys tomorrow?
Memorial Day.
Memorial Day.
It's for all the
November
soldier.
All the military and police and firemen and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's all people that have passed away in the line
It's
of
not
duty,
for me.
things like that.
It's not for the veterans. It's for the ones that never made it back.
Yeah, that's right. It's
Yeah.
memorial.
Yep.
It's November.
I hate when somebody walks up to me and says Happy Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Not for me.
Yeah,
Trying to
just
work
take
out
the
what it'd be
thank you,
like in
Joe. At
Australia.
least they're being
Either
patriotic
Anzac
with you.
Day or
It's Anzac Day for you. Yeah.
yeah, it'd be closer to Anzac Day, I reckon.
Yeah.
It's still
But,
whether
we
they're
do have November 11 where we have a Remembrance Day as well.
That's
So
our
it's
Veterans Day.
the other. Hello, Lisa. Relentless.
yeah, whether
Relentless.
whether they're misunderstanding the holiday and they're telling you thank you, at least they're being patriotic and
Yeah.
they're being respectful. So you gotta look at it like that.
One of
I
the
just
other.
kind of tell them what it's about. You know, I don't get really rude with them.
It's
Anything.
probably, I'd say more Anzac Day here than Remembrance Day.
Yeah.
It's one of the two.
What's that about?
What?
She's down there and she licked my leg and then she bit something on my leg. What you bite? And when she did, she looked over like, oh shit. You know?
Yeah.
All I know is they had a piece of hair come out of it too, whatever it was.
A piece of hair.
It hurt.
See what you guys should be doing tomorrow, TJ, is any consumable products that you have in the back, you should be bringing out and setting up on displays or tables.
Yeah, get them
Try
on
to
the
move it.
Stop.
Like if you got like boxes of paper plates in the back, cups, like extra bread.
I think we got some of that stuff in the back. I'll have to check and see tomorrow.
Yeah, that's when you throw up.
Caps and set them up.
Yeah, that's when you throw up a couple of those little temporary tables and throw them on there for customers and put the price on them.
Yeah.
So that if they come in and they don't want them and they realize, oh man, I should have got paper plates and grab them.
Yep. Last minute.
Add-on sales.
It's the impulsive buying.
Yeah.
Buy. That's why all the registers at a lot of grocery stores and stuff have all the candy bars and all that shit. Because everybody's will be victim to that at some point. You'll be standing there and you'll look and you'll be like, damn, I want a candy bar, and you'll grab it, throw it up on the thing.
Yeah.
Everybody impulse buys at the registers.
Yeah, that's what we have, like the impulse buy, or there's like we'll have like Tic Tacs and candy bars and
lighters, all kinds of shit.
Yeah, lighters, eye drops, whatever, like some chips and shit like that.
Impulse buy eye drops.
Yeah, impulse buy eye drops. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, they do. There's a lot of stores around here have them right at the counter.
And
in case it's something you're not thinking about, you know.
And especially being that his Walgreens is right next to the beach.
Yeah.
You might have a lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of people barbecuing and shit.
It's hay fever season. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey Justin, I haven't had a candy bar. I haven't had anything to do with like donuts or sweet donuts or any kind of pastries or fast food for 6 weeks.
Good job.
That's why I'm almost 30 pounds down.
Keep on it, dude.
Hey Joe, you want to go for 2 Burger King tomorrow?
No.
What's up, Relentless?
Like I said, I bought a pack of hot dogs today. I bought a pack of hot dogs and I bought a pack of buns.
That's awesome, Joe.
I'm planning on eating maybe 2 tomorrow.
There's no fat in hot dogs.
Well, see what Joe has to get used to now is
they're American. They might be.
Eyes aren't seeing more than his appetite, right?
Oh, I know, because I'll put stuff in my plate and I'll get halfway through it and I say, shit, I can't eat this.
Yeah, exactly. So you got to learn to, because if you start proportioning your food smaller, you're going to stretch your food out longer when you realize, hey, I can't eat 2 hot dogs now when I used to eat. Or you can say, I only eat 1 hot dog now when I used to be able to eat 3.
Well, let me tell you an example. The credit card I use for everything, like my daily stuff, I've got 8 transactions on it for the month. And last month I had 17.
Jesus.
And most of them were fast food for the month before. So it's going from like 22 to like, I think it was 22 to 12 to 8.
Yeah, when you're, especially when you're single, living alone, and you do have little extra income, you'll tend to eat out more.
Well, I made what was it? The shrimp with the Alfredo pasta on Friday.
Don't eat out.
I ate it yesterday and I ate it today, and I still got some of that. But I'm eating like 1 time a day, really.
Well, that's not good either, though. You should at least eat something small in the morning and small at night.
Well, I do. I'm talking about 1 good meal a day. Like this morning, I ate some cereal. I mean, the other day I had an English muffin. Made the English muffin, 1 egg and 2 sausage on it.
And you gotta be more conscious about your blood sugar now too, that you're eating less. You know?
Blood sugar's getting better.
Well, that's good, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to monitor it more. The more you're
it's going down,
losing, the less you're eating. Just keep an eye on it more. What do you have? Type 2?
I got
Type
the
2
type
is-
of the type
isn't
2
ty-
is the one that
That's
you,
the one.
No, type 1 is what you're born with. Type
Yeah.
2 acquired.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the one
I
you.
got type 1.
That's what you
Oh.
cause pretty much yourself to get from your eating habits.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
necessarily. There are lots of things that can bring on diabetes, even shock.
Yeah, but to be fair though, if you look at the Western world these days versus like 60 years ago, the amount of people that have type 2 is skyrocketed.
I mean, they
And
reckon.
that's
Yeah, because our
a
food
lot
is
of it is
becoming
bad eating habits has gotten worse over the decades.
They told me that my diabetes was brought on by my eye injury.
Which that's understandable, but there's a lot more people out there that are getting it, I think, from eating habits more than medical conditions.
Mm.
It's like if you like they said, if you look back in like the 50s and 60s, it was rare to find somebody that had a diabetic problem versus nowadays you can throw a rock and hit 9 out of 10 people that have it.
Oh yeah, I've had it soon.
Guys, I'll see y'all in the morning.
Yeah,
Oh, he's in
DJ,
trouble.
I'll see you next
Later.
weekend.
Look at
Have a
that
good
fucking
night.
pharmacy.
Okay.
You see that pharmacy TJ had on his fucking counter? So he's
Uh-huh.
working at Walgreens.
Yeah, my diabetes started when I was 21.
Really, like my dad got diabetes because it was literally brought on by just the shit he was drinking. Same with my uncle. My uncle was drinking energy drinks like a motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what caused his to come on because he had a buddy that owned a gas station, and the guy he was able to buy cases of Monster energy drinks at wholesale straight from him. He would order them at his price and sell them to my uncle for what he paid for them. And you go in my uncle's house, dude, and he had I'm not even kidding, a half a pallet of fucking energy drinks stacked up in his kitchen.
Your body only handles so much.
And he was drinking 3 or 4 a day to a point where it became a medical problem.
They say that the fact that I had that eye injury when somebody chucked a potato at my car and it came in through the window, smashed my glasses lens into my eye, and I had 4 stitches in my eyeball.
Well, I'm sorry. I wouldn't have thrown that potato if you didn't go past and went spud.
It was in the Lake District. We're going for a weekend fishing after my finals. And
Wait
then
up. You're the
ended up-
only person I know that can get attacked in the Lake District, the most peaceful place in the UK.
Hey, Lance.
ended up
Lance, come on.
Carlisle Infirmary.
Yeah. Come here, I got a question, Lance. Come on.
Good evening, Lance.
But it apparently it made it so that the pancreas stopped creating enough insulin.
Yeah.
That's aggravating.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's going on?
You see, RC Pro, you can put the air data on and tell it to sync with DJI Fly app. It will sync on the RC Pro to the Fly app. That latest update, now it won't sync anymore.
That might have just been a fucked up update too.
Here's Lance.
You're gonna have to wait until they re-update it again.
Well, they've updated it twice.
And unfortunately, with DJI's updates now, you can't roll it back. So you're stuck on that one. You used to be able to roll their updates back, but you can't now.
Hey, Lance.
I thought their agreement was that it wouldn't sync anymore.
Is that the
RC Pro? It'll sync the RC Pro. If you have the air data on the RC Pro, it'll sync on the controller, but it won't sync any other kind of way. In other words, it doesn't go through the internet.
Is that something that they're doing now, Mark, because they don't want air data in their system, or what?
No, it was something they were doing they said it wasn't going to sync over the internet because they said that's when they were saying that all the files could be picked up over the internet and stuff, so they stopped doing it.
That was part of
but
the
it still could sync this way.
of America saying that the Chinese were spying by using information.
So why don't they just use a peer-to-peer like WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger does.
Well, it's all saved on Amazon servers.
Yeah.
So you
I'm
can
gonna contact Air Data and ask him if there's just tell them the updates changed. Is there something else now? They might have to change something. But I can
have
still do it.
you updated Air Data's app?
I'm gonna find out.
Because the thing is if you don't have your apps to set to auto update, you're gonna have to go in the App Store and check and see if it's updated. Because
it had to be. It was a direct download. It wasn't in the App Store. I remember. Let me see
because like my apps aren't set to auto update. I go in once every week or two and I go in and update all my apps.
Joe, is that the RC? Is that the RC?
To update, still can end up with 100 apps.
RC Pro, yeah.
Do what, Mark?
I said my apps are set to auto update, and I can still go onto it and find I've got another 60 to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't auto update
Especially on
anything. I always do it myself. Even on my computer, I don't have my updates to auto update because if there is a massive issue with an update and you got your shit set to auto and it does the update for you, then you're stuck in that update until they fix it, you know? So that's why I like to do mine myself because I usually wait a few days and then I see if there's anything coming out saying that something's gotten fucked up real bad.
I know. When they did the update for the RC2 and the RC1 the other day, they also put a new Fly app in as well.
Okay. I have an Air Data bill for 21 May 2025. That's a new one.
What, you've been charged for it?
No, it's I'll get charged for it, but it's not updating automatic. Got to find out how to get it automatic.
Well, update it and then try it first and see if that even fixed it. I don't know. Is that your standard Play Store in that controller or what? I don't know what those controllers look like. I know the OS is.
I'm installing it. Yeah, I got to go on Firefox to do it. That's done. It's open and installed.
Updates are usually in your settings.
But you don't go to the Play Store to download apps on that, though, right?
No.
Okay. You have to go through a browser and sideload it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it still didn't do it, but they got more on there. I'm gonna go back to it. Let me go see something. I need to find out how to get this thing to automatically do it. You know what I mean?
Oh, I don't know whether you can with the RC Pro.
Well, it should.
Oh, yeah,
I got a lot of bills on here. That's why it needs to do it automatic.
I'd love to get if I could get a hold of one of those controllers and try to jailbreak it. If it's running Android, there's got to be a way of jailbreaking that bitch.
I probably.
I'd figure it out. I just have to play with one for a while.
Well, I tell you what, that usually the Blue Water Bridge is jammed up with trucks from one end to the other. Today, there's not a truck up there.
Huh.
That was strange.
Maybe it's because of the holiday weekend or something. Maybe
I think it must be.
That might have something to do with it. Maybe a lot of the truckers are home for the holiday. I don't know.
Holiday pay, you know?
Or it could just be you were out there at that particular time and there just was nothing there at that particular moment. I don't know.
Well, the other thing that blows my mind down there, I'm down there by the river, right? There's a railing,
Uh-huh.
and the water is always moving about 7 knots downstream. Here's a little toddler, Oriental toddler, running around down there, and her mother's just kind of watching her, and I'm going, oh my God.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, that railing on that side of that thing is, a toddler could easily fall right through that
Oh
railing.
yeah, yep. So
See, they really should have put a more of a like chicken wire type railing along there.
something. But I said to the mother, really nice, I says, that's a cute kid, and blah blah blah. I said, just make sure you keep an eye on her, because I told her about the time a kid fell in and they didn't get it, recover him for like a mile down the river.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, you definitely don't want to be doing that. Oh, Lance.
Hey, Lance.
Bye, Lance.
Lance.
There you go.
Lance wants to know if that's a Joe, is an RC Pro.
Yeah, I told him.
So have you flown it again lately at all?
Today, twice.
Boy, it's got a nice bright screen. Your face is shining, yeah.
1,000 nits.
Oh, it came with the new remote?
No, just the same one I had.
They got a DJI RC remote controller for $165.
Ed, did you get a controller?
No, I haven't found one yet.
Guess what? It's just loaded.
I want to find
It's
one
sync-
just
it
to
did a sync.
jailbreak that bitch. I want to watch Netflix on it.
So I don't know what happened, but it's synced now. So I guess it needed
Use
an update.
Well,
Use the
Joe,
joystick
remind
to
me, 'cause,
rewind and fast forward.
I forget. Is Ed's Neo, what controller can he use with that?
It's
RC2.
the RC2 and the N3, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they had RC2 on Amazon for $285. Or I mean on eBay. I don't know if that's a good price, but
That's about right.
Is that the one with the screen, or is that the
Yeah,
N3 is the?
That's the one with the screen.
yeah, that's the
the one
RC2 with the
How
screen.
much you
That's,
said?
it was
$285
$285 on eBay, but that was American, so you'd be
That's
looking
American. Yeah, that's
at
like
you'd be looking at
370.
like 340, 350 Canadian.
Ooh, that's a little bit too much. Ooh.
When I bought the Neo, I bought the controller because I wanted to fly it in the house with that controller. So I spent that almost $300. And then it gave me all the fits in here. The only time I use that controller technically is if I go out, like if I got my granddaughter with me, and I'll use it. 90% of the time when I fly it, and I don't fly it that much, it's with the goggles and the motion controller. It flies okay like that. When flying it with the sticks here, it's harder.
Yeah, I wish I would have kept one of those old Apple phones. I wanted to try to do that on there too. I sold all those.
Well, so Ed, are you going to fly it using your cell phone screen or what?
Yeah, I did it today.
How'd it work out?
I tried it out at the beach. It did pretty good. And then I went to the park and I did it at the park, and it was pretty good.
There you go. Well,
I kinda
Joe believes in the Neo. It's just for certain people for certain things.
When I did the droney, like when the rocket, when it goes straight up,
Yeah.
it went 40 meters, and then it stopped for a bit, and I was like, oh shit, is it going to come down or not? Because it just stayed there and hovered, and then a few minutes later, it just started coming down.
What were you doing?
I was like,
the rocket?
The rocket, yeah.
Yeah, it did that to me too.
I was like, oh shit.
It went up, and then it came down a little bit, then went back up.
No, mine just stopped for a few seconds. I would say probably 20 seconds, 30 seconds.
Well, do you think he
And
has
then
do you have a ceiling set in there?
And then
No,
it
it asks you
nothing came
how
down.
far you want it to go.
Yeah,
It'll
it's
ask
got
you when you do
presets.
it.
Yeah, it's got preset distances.
It's like medium further. I don't know if it tells you the
No, it
I
just
don't know, I can't remember.
it just tells you the meters.
Yeah.
And whoever the guy that had it before me, because I haven't gone through the menu yet, and it
Okay.
was set at
I'm
4
out.
meters.
So I'm gonna drop
Hey,
off.
Dominic, where you headed?
Over to another live stream.
Who's on now?
Wedge and Big.
Wedge and Big. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Have a good one, Dominic.
Dominic,
Bye,
take
Dominic.
care. We'll
Have a good
see you
week.
tomorrow.
Yeah, because there's what, 3 preset distances, right, Joe?
What do you mean?
On the Neo.
On the Neo?
Yeah, it's
On the-
preset, yeah.
Yeah, it's 3 preset distances.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but I
Well,
thought maybe
no.
I thought maybe the altitude was a preset too.
Well, no, technically, the guy's previous settings wouldn't matter because don't you have to set those through the phone or the controller?
Yeah, you would have to set
So
those.
his settings aren't even in there.
Right, but but they have the autonomous modes, the ones you just press, it says drone, circle, and rocket, and all other stuff. That gives you a couple of different distances, might be 3. Because when you press droning and you press it, it'll tell you the distance it's going to go, and you could change that.
Yeah, he told me it was 4 meters when I did the rocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those aren't his settings; those are preset settings.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Come with the
I just,
drone, yeah.
oh, okay. I just thought it was this.
So, like any settings you set on one of the drones, like say return to home, altitude, height, all that, that's done through your controller or your phone. So if you
Oh,
sell
okay.
the drone to somebody else, they have to redo that themselves on their controller.
Oh, okay. I just thought it would stay in memory until you change it.
No, because it's not stored on the drone itself. Those
Oh,
settings
okay.
are stored on the controller.
Like I said, I got scared there for a second when it just stopped and it just hovered, but the gimbal was down facing me.
Well, yeah, because
yeah.
it was doing a droning when it's the camera's looking down all the way up and all the way down.
Yeah, so it's like, oh.
But when it landed, didn't the camera swing back up?
Yeah, it landed up like I put my hand out, it came a little bit, and then it stopped, and I had to take a step to land it on my hand.
Yeah.
I now
It
have
was pretty
3
cool.
flights on a new drone.
It was pretty cool.
I'm about to hit 100 flights on the Avata too. I'm at 96.
Oh wow.
I haven't flown it in about a week. I'm gonna fly. Might be flying it tomorrow. I'm gonna go out. I think I'm gonna go to Bogfly Park because Bogfly River ought to have about 80 kayaks on it. Ought to be loaded. Depends on the weather.
What's the weather supposed to be tomorrow?
It's supposed to be good. It's supposed to be hot. But I'm thinking the river's gonna be the river like the Bogfly up there. Everybody's gonna be on the river. It's just I gotta make sure there's not too many people on the river.
Well, unless it's a boat full of bikinis, right?
Well, that was all bikinis today. We had a guy in a truck next to me. He said I should have went up to he was saying, hey, he said you needed to pass by the riverfront. I said I did. And he said he had 3 or 4 boats out there with women out there with thongs on, just walking around with thongs on. I said, I guess I'll head back up there.
Well, I met this last time when I went down and flew that ship. I met an older couple, and they had a really bad accent. And I said,
American.
Where are you from? They're from Germany. They were here checking out the U.S. and they're flying back to Germany on Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, they're in the right area because you figure there's a lot of Germans in Grand Rapids.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what they did. They came up this way. Tell you, when I was in Grand Rapids, I was up there for a week training the Common Point Mortgage. And I had the best Reuben sandwich of my life. and it was made at the hotel.
Wow.
I got one every day at the hotel.
You weren't spoiled, were you?
When we were leaving, we had to get everything from the hotel that day. We could go back, and then we were leaving. I was able to grab one on the way out.
Oh,
Okay,
cool.
Jason's over on his live stream.
And I didn't like
asking-
them. I couldn't stand them.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
J-
Can't hear you. Maybe me.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was
Breaking
me.
up, Justin.
Right, breaking up.
Breaking up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you,
you
you
were.
went.
Am I back now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was weird because I'm sitting right in front of my computer. No, Jason's live stream, his title is "What cell phone service will work in Europe?" So he must be planning a trip to Europe. I don't know. Everybody's in there mentioning American companies. I don't know if those will work over there.
Where
Well,
in
usually-
Europe is he going now?
Usually it
Justin?
depends
I don't know.
upon what company you have. You can buy into like mine is US, Canada, and Mexico.
Your best bet is to buy an eSIM.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
My brother's in Portugal right now and he's using Rogers. He just had to change his plan.
There's Jason's live stream.
Martin
know.
Lewis covered holidays and various different aspects like insurance and SIM cards and stuff. And he says that the best way to do it is to get an eSIM.
Well, like I said, well, most of the phones have eSIMs built into them that you can use. It's just an electronic SIM card number.
Yeah.
Like mine has a SIM card number and an eSIM.
Yeah.
You
just have a look through and see which one supplies the best non-chargeable roaming.
The problem is a bunch of Americans are in there telling them. I don't know if they know the best solution to that. Yeah, so I have a SIM one, and then I can add a eSIM, and then I have yeah, so I can add a eSIM into mine. Mine doesn't actually have some of the phones have one built in already, like an eSIM number you can use. Mine has it, or you can add one. Yeah, I'm not sure what.
I went to
These are
fly
just-
the Mavic 3 and the little light on the top. I went to press the button, it fell apart. Things went everywhere. I had to put it all back together with cheap ass thing.
Now he needs to just talk to somebody like Dennis Lovelady or somebody that's done a lot of traveling.
Yeah.
And ask them what to do, because getting recommendations from just random people in the chat, yeah, that's not probably going to be the best way to go on something like that.
No, when we went to the Seychelles, when we got there, we just bought a SIM card each for the Seychelles and then put it in the phone and use the local rather than anything else.
Yeah, see, I used to get people come from overseas when I worked in electronics, and I did the phones. They would either have a dual SIM phone where they could put in a SIM card from here and there, and they would just buy the SIM card and some an activation for like 1 month, or they would just buy a cheapy phone here. You know, they'd come in and buy like three or four cheapy flip phones, you know, with a couple weeks service on it, and that way they could just call each other. You know, 'cause it was mainly just to call each other. You know, if it was a family, you know, that way if they got mixed or separated or something like that.
I wish Paul had air data and all his stuff logged on to air data. I'd like to know how many miles he flew all together. Because I've only been doing this 2 years. Now I'll do it like Paul does, and I've got almost 1,000 miles.
I've been and I used to sell them Huawei phones back in the day when you could buy those.
Huawei?
Yeah, if they wanted dual SIM phones, we carried the Huawei phones. And then they could take the SIM card out of their phone they were using at home, throw their SIM card in there along with an American SIM card, and they could just put it all on one phone. And they were cheap too. You could get a decent Huawei phone for like 60, 70 bucks. They weren't expensive. But they would just temporarily put their SIM card from their home phone in there, and then one from the US, and then they would be able to use both.
I didn't know you could swap SIM cards.
Yeah, that's how you have to do it every time you get a new phone now. They have to take the SIM card out of your old. Like when I bought my S23 Ultra, I just took my SIM card out of my S22, put it in there, and it immediately started working.
Wow.
You don't have to call and tell them that you need to switch phones or anything. You just stick it in your new phone, you're good to go, and then you just have to sign in and get all your stuff downloaded and moved over.
So long as the phone that you bought is unlocked.
Right, or for the same carrier.
Yeah.
I always buy unlocked though, just to be on the safe side. I never buy specific carrier phones. Plus, if you unlocked phones have a better resale value, usually. But even if a phone's locked, if it's paid off, you can call the company and request to unlock it. Like if I buy a AT&T phone that's supposed to be strictly for AT&T, I can call up AT&T and say, look, this phone is paid off. I want the code, and they have to give you a code that you can put in the phone, and it will unlock it for all carriers.
You say you can't do that?
No, you can. No, you can.
Yes. Over
as
here,
long as the
they have
phone's
to give
paid
you the
off.
code. It doesn't even matter. Even if it's not paid off, they start to give you the code.
Well, they don't do that over here until the phone's paid off because they don't want you buying a phone and then trying to sell it to somebody else, because that was a problem over here for a long time. So now they really lock the phone down. Like if you don't pay for it, finish paying on it, they'll brick the phone. So they don't want you, because some people were going in back in the day when smartphones first really started hitting the scene. People were going into the stores getting contracts. You know, some crackhead with decent credit would go in and get a contract and get 4 phones and then turn around and sell them to somebody for
you're not
money.
supposed to be able to sell them for 6 months.
Yeah, but so what they do over here is once you pay the phone off, then they unlock everything for you. You have the full ability to do what you want with the phone after that, once your contract's up and the phone's paid for. Now, if I buy a phone that's locked and it's paid off, like I bought it from Amazon, straight from Amazon, and it was locked to AT&T, I can call AT&T and say, look, the phone is paid off. They can run the serial number, and then they'll say, here's the code. But it's easier just to buy an unlocked phone because it's a pain in the ass to do it's easier just to do that than try to go through AT&T or Verizon trying to get a code. But unlocked phones do have a little bit better resale value. If you buy a locked AT&T phone, you might pay only $200 for it. Where if you get the same version phone that's unlocked, you might end up paying $350 for it because it's unlocked already. So you do pay a little bit more, but like I said, you don't have to deal with the hassle of dealing with the phone company neither. It's like my phone that I just bought, I could have got it $100 cheaper if I just went with a locked carrier, but I'd like having unlocked just in case I decide I want to change phone companies. It's just the options there, and I don't have to deal with calling 2 different phone companies trying to get a phone unlocked to move my number over and all that.
I gotta take this, the tab over the T-Mobile. That's where I got it from. Because it's a cellular tab for T-Mobile.
Right.
And it's paid off. and I want them to unlock it. I gotta see if they'll do it.
They will. You just gotta go in there and request the code.
Yeah, because I don't have a code, I don't have a account with them anymore. Everything's been paid off.
As long as it's paid off, they're supposed to, if I'm correct on this, and I could be wrong, but I'm almost certain it's a law they have to give you the code if it's paid off.
Yeah, it says, this is, once your device is eligible, T-Mobile automatically unlock within 2 business days. You can do it online, but I can't do it online because I can't connect to the account. See what I mean?
Yeah, so just go in the store and tell them they can run your information and
Yeah.
see that your account's paid off and you don't owe them
Yeah, the
anything.
account's paid off. You know, it's been almost a year. I don't want T-Mobile, stop. I don't want T-Mobile to pop up on it at all. I want just to sign in without having to go through all that crap, you know?
T-Mobile's actually the best service to have in Florida because once they bought out Metro PCS, dude, their coverage just was insane. Like when I had my private phone and I had my work phone from the gas company, that was Verizon. My personal phone's T-Mobile. I would go into some neighborhoods and wouldn't get any signal on my work phone, but I'd have full 5G on my T-Mobile phone.
Yeah.
Like the coverage is so much better with T-Mobile in Florida. Because
Well,
once
the
they
only
bought,
thing I use, go ahead.
I was gonna say, because Metro PCS was based out of Florida when it first started, and they had towers everywhere. And when T-Mobile bought them out, that just added to all their towers they already had. So
Well, the only thing I'm gonna use it for is the VCOP the minute. I don't use it at all. That way I could use it for the screen, you know?
well, you're not paying for the service on it anymore, right? The cell service?
No, done.
Oh, yeah.
I just need the Wi-Fi connection. I mean, the connection with the control.
Oh, yeah, you can't use the internet anyway when you connect that way.
That's right. That's just all I need. I need this. I just don't want it to do that way anyway. Because right now, you got to go through all the screens for T-Mobile first, you know?
Because that's what I was telling Jason the other day when he was looking at those new video camera glasses that his buddy gave him.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, since you have to connect, why they don't connect through Bluetooth instead of the Wi-Fi connection? I hate Wi-Fi connections because it does cut out your ability to use any kind of cell service or Wi-Fi service. And those glasses could have easily been designed to put through a Bluetooth connection versus Wi-Fi. But I told him, I said, once you connect to it, you're not going to be able to use any internet on that device that you're using them with. I was like, because it's connecting to Wi-Fi with no internet connection. I hate those connections. Just like the little robot Cosmo I have to connect them through Wi-Fi on my phone too, and it's annoying because I can't do anything else with my phone while I'm playing around with them. So why they couldn't have just done Bluetooth would have made more sense. Especially since you're not going far from them. I mean, you're literally within 10 feet of them when you're playing around with them and doing shit with them. So there's no reason to have a Wi-Fi connection. I always thought that was dumb. But
well, I'm glad I did that one build and it started syncing again. So that's what it was.
There's an old phone that I used to have that's not hooked up, but I can still pull up different sites.
Because you're connected to the Wi-Fi in your house, probably.
Yeah.
That's why the minute you go outside and you get away from your house, you're going to lose internet.
You're not going to be able to.
Yeah, it's because it's your old phone. It still has your Wi-Fi password and it's set to connect automatically. So you can still use it around the house. You can still watch Netflix. You can still look at the weather. You can use it as a second device just to do internet stuff on. You just won't be able to have any cell signal once you leave the house unless you're connected to another Wi-Fi source. It ain't gonna work. Because you should see the Wi-Fi signal up at the top covering the cell's signal.
We gotta stop. I'm not bringing you anything. Loki, go knock a dish over for us.
But if you wanted to, technically you could take the SIM card out of your other phone and put it in there and that phone would be able to work outside. I'm not telling you to do that by any means. I'm just saying that's always a possibility.
There's a
long as
picture,
they're-
Joe, of my Mia. The one that had to put down.
Yep.
This
Yeah,
phone's
so-
got all kinds of pictures and shit on it.
Yeah, and you're good. Just you can.
And there is Jack. Remember I had him for a while?
Yep.
Yeah, so you can save all that stuff will stay on that phone. As long as that phone's still working, you're fine. All that stuff can stay stored on there. The only way that all that stuff's disappearing is if you factory reset the phone. As long as you don't factory reset it, all that stuff will stay on there.
There's me on the couch.
And if a cell phone company does it correctly, you should have all that stuff on your new phone. But if they didn't do all that, and they didn't hook you up right, because when I got people coming in, even if they were switching plans, I would always move everything over. The only thing they would have to put in before they started doing where you could move your contacts over through Bluetooth, that was the only thing I would tell them they'd have to do is go back through and redo their contacts. But now you can even move those over through Bluetooth if they don't automatically download.
There's Santa Claus in the front window.
Oh, that was you.
But now when you, like when I logged into my Google account, it automatically downloaded all my contacts for me. I didn't even have to put them back in. So. You know, I watched some body cam footage the other day of a cop, right? And he got busted for having underage pictures of kids on his phone, right? And you know, the only way he got caught was because he signed up for a new cell phone plan with Verizon. Verizon gave him 3 months of free cloud storage. And he didn't know that everything he was putting on his new phone was backing up to the cloud storage. Verizon's algorithm looked at the pictures, realized what they were, and sent them to the Center for Missing and Exploited Children. And they reported the cop to the feds.
Wow.
And the feds came in and interviewed him. He got caught because he didn't know that the backup cloud storage was storing all his pictures.
Move, please. Move.
There's a golf cart that we bought.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah, old like Model T or something.
Yeah, here it is, vertical.
Oh, that's cool, man.
I didn't know all this was on there.
But if the guy would have known about the cloud storage, he would have never gotten caught. I mean, I'm glad he got caught, but it was such a stupid way he got caught.
There's my Dalmatian I had to have put to sleep several years ago.
Beautiful dog.
I always heard Dalmatians were mean as fuck.
Nope.
He was
a sweetie.
Yeah, they're the sweetest dogs.
Well, I've always heard, like, I know that a lot of dog breeds, there's always really nice ones out of every breed, and there's really mean ones, but I've always heard the Dalmatians are more aggressive than nice.
It's all that, Justin. It all depends on the owner, how they treat the dog.
Here's the dog sleeping on the couch, butt to butt.
Now I've had this discussion before, and I would have to disagree with you to a certain extent, Ed. I think that does play a part in it. But I have met owners that were really good to their dogs, but their dog was just naturally a dickhead.
Yeah, I got one right now. That's
Certain breeds,
being a
though,
dickhead.
like if you're talking about like Rottweilers and Dobermans and what's the other one?
Because I think that's definitely plays a part in it. But I've seen even like golden retrievers that were mean as hell, and their owners weren't like bad owners or anything, and didn't treat the dog. But
you better stop.
You can't handle the dog. Don't have one.
That's right. That's right.
Well, I'm not saying no. That's not even what I'm saying. I'm saying that I've met owners that have gotten dogs, and they just naturally were mean. It wasn't
but
from
it
the
can be
owners.
naturally mean. But if the owner can't control the dog and
Oh yeah, of course.
get it back into a normal state, then they shouldn't have a dog. That's the point. Yeah.
No, I get
Dogs
that.
need stern control You don't need abuse.
Yeah, that's what
I'm
I mean.
just,
That's what I mean. Like that's
I'm just saying, my whole argument was just saying that the dog's attitude isn't always because of the way the owner treats him.
Well, no, because humans' attitude is not always because thingy. It's just the way people are.
But there's people that try to make the argument that it's always on the owners, and it's not always. I would say that's part of it, yes. But there, like I said, I've met owners that were really good to their pets, and they're just one of their dogs just happened to be just naturally aggressive with people that didn't know and stuff, you know.
I
Wasn't like
say
the owners.
85%.
I would say it's not the owners telling them, "Oh, go attack everybody you don't know," you know, and like teaching them to do that. It's just they're just naturally that way. Because there are certain, and then there's the people that try to make the argument, "Oh, it's pit bulls aren't an aggressive breed of dogs. It's all about the owners." No, it's not. There are some breeds that are more aggressive than others, but I don't think the entire breed should be demonized because of that. You know.
Here where I live in the city, we're not allowed to have a pit bull, only out of the city.
Oh, there's some towns and counties and cities around the U.S. that are like that. Not all of them, but there are a handful of them.
We've got a few banned breeds now.
Yeah, no, we just have the pit bull. That I know anyway.
But now it's hard to tell what some dogs are because there's so many like mixtures of dogs now.
Mix.
And if a vet, you know, it could be a pit bull and say a golden retriever mix, and it might have pit bull characteristics, but they might label it as something else.
I
and
could
not
tell
realize it.
I could tell what Cleo is. She a pain in the ass.
Just
She's sitting
like
over there by the
human-
door looking, want me to go get something to eat.
just like human beings.
No.
Some of them we don't know what they are.
I just need to point out, right? When you're going around calling your dogs assholes and shit like that, yeah, gotta remember, you're also probably one of these people that think your dogs understand you, right? Now, if I sat here all day calling you an arsehole, you'd get pissed off, right? So maybe that's what the dogs are being. They're like, all right,
mine
call me
knows
an
how to
arsehole,
spell.
I'm gonna fucking be one. You
Watch,
never
mine
know.
knows how to spell. Watch. Watch. CLEO YOU WANT TOEAT.
That didn't prove anything. We didn't hear nothing.
Yeah.
You can't hear them. They're barking.
Look at Rayon
Both
Bully,
of them
right?
barking. Must be the noise cancellation. I got two of them barking.
Yeah, Rayon Bluey, right?
You want to?
Because I'm not giving them attention. They're literally in my pen pot throwing every fucking pen down at me. Just because they can be assholes.
But that's because you got radical birds. Terrorist birds.
Brenda said, "I got my puppy. Definitely no pit." I
Here's
just had a
here's
DNA
an
test
old
coming.
phone laying around. Cricket Wireless.
Damn. I don't have any old phones.
And they're all Samsungs.
Yeah, that looks like an A series Samsung.
Just whack
So-
it in one of them things in the Walmart.
That's what I told him to do. It's actually really easy. It walks you through it. Very simple. It just takes a minute. Like each phone takes about 5 to 8 minutes to process and to go through all the checks and everything. And then you have to take a photo of your eye. The machine takes a photo of your driver's license or ID, and then it takes a picture of you. That way, if the phone's stolen, they can come back and get you later. Because your picture on your ID has to match. It uses photo recognition to match up to the picture of you. that
Listen,
the machine
if
takes.
you're going to be an arsehole, right, and throw all them pens down, why don't you throw a green pen down? Because that's the fucking colour I need. Not me. Fucking red. They've thrown down every other colour apart from freaking green, and I need a green one.
Honestly, anybody that lives in the U.S. that has those ATM machines here, just offer to take people's phones, and they have them say if they open a junk drawer and there's 2 or 3 phones in there, be like, "I'll take them." Just hold on to them till you get about 10 or 15 of them. And go into the Walmart. I think you can do like 4 at a time, 4 or 5 at a time, though. There is a limit how many you can do per day. So you might have to go in there with one other person. But like when me and Sarah went in there, I could only do, I think it was 4, and we had 5 phones. So I think she had to do the 5th one. But yeah, I mean, it's free money if they're not your phones or if they're just old phones laying around. Some of them they won't give you anything for. Some of them they might give you $5 for. Some you'll get like $80 for. All depends. But the 5 we took and I ended up with like 280 or something like that, 260. It's better than them just collecting dust in a drawer and you ended up throwing them in the trash one day, you know.
So ISO 10.0 or Android 6.0 or above. That's what I need for the VCopter app, right? I'm thinking about going try to find me a cheap phone like that.
Go in your settings and go to your about. It'll tell you which Android you're on. You should be on at least 11 or higher on that.
Yeah, I'm on a good one with this. I'll go to it more.
Yeah, you should be on at least 11 or higher. We're on 15 now, so you should actually see if there's an update for that tablet.
Yeah, it's just updated.
We're on iOS 18.5 now.
Yeah, but if iOS were any good, you wouldn't have to keep updating it.
The versions of 14.
Yeah, so that's yeah, you're good.
Yeah, but I'm like I said, I'm actually looking to see if I can find like on eBay something cheap that's like an Android version or something like that. I might just get that instead.
Was
They're
that
all
the
going to
first-
use it for that, you know?
How long ago did you do an update on that before? Or is that the first time you've done one on it for a long time?
I haven't done it in a long time.
Because you might want to check it again. There might be another update. Because the way Android does it, it doesn't just update you to the latest. If you're missing 2 or 3 updates, it makes you go through each fucking one of them separately. Just fucking annoying. Just double check it. If not, that might be the limit that tablet's going to ever go up to is 14. Just go to the system software, see if there's another update.
And checking for updates.
So what I just checked
No, that's it.
my 2 phones.
No.
And the phones don't work, but it says you can make emergency calls on here.
Yeah, every cell phone you can call 911 without service on, and it has to go through.
Wow.
It's for people that don't have service on their phone, or say you have an emergency and that phone's sitting in your junk drawer and it happens to have power, you can turn it on and call 911. They all have to have that on there.
It could be really nice to put your song to
Anywhere from a cheapy phone to an expensive one has to have that.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, so you can have those laying around the house charged up for emergencies, and just with an accessible, put it where it's accessible to you, easy to get to, and then you could still call 911 on them if you have an emergency.
Help me.
So yeah, Joe, if there's no other update, then you're
Won't
limited. to
somebody
14
help
on
that poor
tablet.
man?
Yeah.
Silence, you're gonna get him killed.
You should still get security updates, but that tablet's never going to update on the Android itself.
Yeah, well, I don't need it for anything but the whatchamacallit.
Nah, it'll be good on 14 for another couple of years before
Can
it
I
starts.
help you, young sir?
For the point to where you're going to get, it probably is already sluggish if it's a tight Tab A Lite.
Yeah, it's sluggish. That's why I'm saying I'm looking to see about what would be a cheap Galaxy, but it would still be able to use over a 6.
I think it was the Tab 9 was the newest one.
But that's the tablet, right?
Yeah.
And I'm looking just like a phone though.
A series, like a A27 or it's A35 now, Samsung. If you want a phone, just get an A series. But look on DJI's website and see which phones are compatible, because they have a compatibility list.
Yeah, it said that's what it said on the VCopter. It said that all it has to be is a
okay, but it doesn't specify
Well,
The
Vico,
Android 6.0 or above.
Yeah, I would say get a Tab A, or not a Tab A,
You say
A
Android
series.
6.0 or above.
Yeah.
You know we're on Android 17, don't you?
No, we're on Android 15.
No, we're not on 17.
15? No, 15 was just the recent update they did like 2 weeks ago. And then it's 7.0 is the latest security software for the IOU or whatever, or UOI or whatever the fuck it's called. It went from 6.3 or something to 7.0. Android
I'll
15
probably
is the
just use the
latest.
tablet for a while.
But like I said, if you're going to go with the phone, just go with the Samsung A series. They're mid-tier. So they're probably going to be around $100 to $200, depending on what kind of.
Yeah. That's why I said I probably just use the phone, a tablet for now. I'm only going to use it to fly the VCOP, that's all. A mini.
But see,
VCOP mini.
the thing is too, it's not always necessarily the Android version. It could be a processor that's in the phone too, might not be able to run that app.
Yeah.
But you'll know when you power on a device, if you go to the App Store and you can't find the app, that means it's not eligible. It's not able to work with that device because it won't show
Right.
up. That's the one good thing about Android products is if you can't find the app on the App Store, but it's there, that means that your
Justin.
device can't run it. What?
Go into your about settings and go to software, up status, yeah, and click the Android 15. Just keep clicking it last. It comes up with a green triangle with Android 15 in it, right?
Yeah.
Now's the problem. How the fuck do you get it off?
Yeah, that just swipe up if you have the little swipe bar, and it should take you back to your main screen. That's the little Easter egg they put in all the Androids.
Yeah.
Each one has a different one.
Yeah. It's just the Android dudes looking into outer space.
Plug this in.
Yeah, because you should be on Android 15, and then you're.
Yeah, I am. Android 15 UI 7.0.
Yeah. That's going to be your security software for all your apps and everything.
Okay, people, I'm gonna drop out. I'm gonna get ready my stuff for
Yeah, I'm
work.
about to cut it loose too.
You guys have a good week.
You guys ready to clock her down?
All right, I'll catch you later.
Don't party too hard. I'll see you guys soon.
Okay, Ed,
All right.
take care.
Yep.
Catch you later, guys. Have a good
All
one.
right.
Have a good one.
David,
Yeah, we're
Joe.
gonna pack it in.
Justin, have a good
Oh,
one.
Joe.
Later.
What?
She hasn't said it all night, so I'll do it. Shut up, Joe.
I figured. Shut up, Joe.
Okay, Justin, will we see you tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you in.
Later.
All right. Bye-bye for now.